What if I started talking now?
It's a podcast. You're not supposed to talk.
Wait,
I've gotten pretty good with doing podcasts. I know Dick has seen some of my little groovy tech talks I've been doing.
has anybody thought about a podcast on silent films? But the podcast itself is silent.
It's just silent. There's just organ in the background.
It's organ and then subtitles.
Interesting concept. I don't know if it'll work. Why is doing that? Why? Oh my god. Don't do this to me.
I have just shared the podcast. Is your shit crashing, or what do you got going on there?
No, I'm just trying to resize shit, and it's just like, like super aggressive with the resizing. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy.
Dope. It's been shared. All right. I think I shared it.
Sure. Ooh,
should-
how do you do the
yeah,
watch
sure.
party?
There we go. Well, you just hit start.
I mean, how do you? I
Sure.
mean, how is that different from normally just sharing?
I
guess?
think it's it'll reach out to like everybody and like as like a broad invite. You don't have to just share it to your page. It's more of like a get everybody together like house party type thing.
Well, I don't want to have a house party.
Well, there's an app called House Party.
Let's have a house party.
I thought that was Zoom.
You've got that, and then you've also got Mixer and Twitch.
Oh,
Those
Jesus.
two also.
That's too many.
And Discord.
And then you can just actually bypass all those and record it with OBS and then use a stream feed.
I'm starting a watch party. Let's party, y'all.
Let's do it. Invite me to your watch party.
How do I do that?
I don't know. Hopefully it just pops up. God, we are so technologically literate.
Oh, hey.
I am
I am
proud. I am
totally-
proud of. I am proud of all of us.
I don't know shit.
I am fucking
When it comes to
proud of all of
technology.
us.
Fell out. What?
What? It fell out.
Yeah, sometimes it falls out.
What fell out? Your
Sometimes it falls out.
Your microphone?
He's having a fallout.
Oh
A
God!
fallout over here.
You know, I think they got medication for that.
I think there's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, you're gonna have about a good second and a half, probably.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
all because we discussed this one time. It was because of Janet Jackson's Super Bowl.
You should
incident.
try going through OBS instead of just. Are you doing OBS right now? Is that what you're
Streamlabs OBS.
Streamlabs? Okay, I was
Yeah.
about to say.
I'm
Streamlab. 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 Can we de-ess my mic a little bit? Streamlab, thank you. Labrador Retriever. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. King Kong drank a Corona on Kona Island. Is this broadcasting yet?
Oh yeah, it's definitely broadcasting.
Streamlab.
Hey, I even have
Streamlab.
subtitles
Can we
on
de-ess
this
my
watch
mic a little bit?
party.
Streamlab,
That is
thank you.
fucking cool.
Labrador Retriever. The arsonist has oddly
hold that
shaped
as close
feet.
to my mouth.
Okay, you're getting a little proximity effect there, Bal. It's all good though.
How does it sound if I sit here and I talk like this? Is this at a reasonable
Sultry.
volume? Is this
We
the
all
kind
have
of
to talk
voice
like
that
So
we
do
all
you-
want to hear?
Do you still get the same comments when you have a watch party?
Maybe.
No,
I got
it. Is it- it's
holy
the own
shit,
mic
yeah, we
thing?
got all kinds of comments going on right now. I got
Do we
Jesse
really?
Davis,
Oh shit.
Josh Curry.
I'm gonna.
Hold
Yep,
on
both
now.
of them. What's up, guys?
We'll go back to this
Jesse, what up, Messi?
normal
He
way
says,
of
"What's
viewing.
up? What up, cuz? Pod balls."
Hi everybody.
So about that COVID Bryant, Buzz,
COVID Bryant.
the original Fallout boy. King Kong played ping pong in Hong Kong.
Nice. All right.
You're such a hoot, Jesse. You're such a hoot.
Oh god. Oh,
You
God.
are a stepdad. Call him a hoot. Jesus.
I've got some really off-color COVID jokes to tell. By the way, I don't know if that's going to piss anyone off or not. But
Go for it.
I don't care.
I say the more people you piss off, the better.
what do you call a cult of COVID-19 people? The branch COVIDians.
Oh shit!
And that's on Netflix's David Koresh special, which was actually really good. If no one's watched
That's
it
on.
yet.
There's a David Koresh special.
They did like a movie. It was like a mini series type
Yeah,
thing.
I
It was
watched
like
that.
yeah, but yeah, it was. I actually thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
That
That's
was-
actually from like 2017 or something.
Yeah, well, I just saw it for
Yeah,
the first time
well,
like a
I
few
know
months
it.
ago.
Like,
So.
That makes it
I
new.
watched it over quarantine as well. All right, are we ready?
I think so.
I
Go ahead
am
and-
ready.
Go ahead and cue your.
Make like Tom and Cruise.
I was born ready.
Oh.
I love this.
Quality.
Sweet. Couch mosh pit.
Yeah, couch pit? Is that a couch pit? Couch pit? Oh god, I pressed buttons that weren't supposed to get pressed. Oh, Corey Skrillex watching. Awesome.
Stay tuned.
Damn.
Day of reckoning will come.
What is up, everybody? This is Podcastrophe, episode 136. I am one of your hosts, Dick. I got Dave Linder over there.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
And returning back from... I mean, you guys have been like...
The grave.
You guys have been
Wherever the
like
hell
some
we've
fucking recurring guests. Like, very frequently in this last year. It's been great.
Yeah.
We got Kyle and Alan from Arkose.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
everybody-
This is our first time on here
I
together,
know.
though.
I know. I feel like we've just been waiting for this moment.
It's been a long time coming.
Do
I'm
you
so
think-
happy.
I'm gonna
Do you
need to
think
go
we
talk
should
to
just
my.
keep, like, excluding Aaron?
Yeah.
He's, like, the only one that hasn't been on the show yet.
That is true. Well, Andres. He hasn't been on the
Andres,
show
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
He's still
He's
in the
good.
band, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's been actually the only one like writing music. He's like,
Aaron's been the only
Yeah,
one. writing
that's what I'm
music,
saying.
yeah.
Really?
Andres
Nice.
is busy with the kid. He's probably
Yeah.
not even watching
Yeah.
this right now.
I've recorded a few beats of some of that shit that he sent out, but I haven't sent it out because
I've written some
quarantine.
lyrics. I've written some lyrics, but they've become hateful and bitter and
Yeah,
Oh.
you've been. I saw some of your opinions the other day. Finally, you came out of retirement on Facebook, and you
Wow.
were like, "Here's
I
how I
did.
feel."
Mhm.
Well,
I
okay,
didn't
cool.
actually get a chance to read that, but I don't know if
Don't.
we actually even want to talk about that on the show today.
I don't know,
it's
man.
been so-
Dark territory. Dark
It's
territory.
been so
territory.
divisive. I've been sharing shit like crazy, but like that's as far as it's really gone.
Yeah, I was about to say you've been hitting for somebody that's not really out there with political stuff like we were talking about last time.
This
You've been
last
kind of
year-
getting out there.
This last few years actually, I became extremely. I mean, it all really started with like the impeachment. Like I wanted to be able to talk about it and actually talk about it, not just have an opinion that I can't back up. So I watched it like crazy, and I studied what I needed to talk about, and
that's good. At least you paid attention to it. Most people
Yeah.
are just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but this meme agrees with what I say. Share.
Nope.
yeah.
So-
That's why I don't share shit.
Trump said dinosaurs are coming back. So fuck me. I guess I'm leaving. You know, it's like, well, all right. Where'd you
Wait,
hear
they're
that?
coming back?
Where'd you hear that? At worldnewsweekly.f.com.g.gmail.aljazeera.com. Oh, that's a good reliable link.
No, I
to
think that
watch.
was in the
Okay.
same email they get from that foreign prince that wants to give you like $8.7 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, that's a scam?
all he needs.
Fuck,
is
I gotta go.
Yeah, you may want to get your
Yeah, I
accountant
just need
on
your
the
bank
phone.
account information. Apparently
Social
you're related
security
to
number.
a prince.
List of your fears.
Fuck, I
you
never
know,
knew.
the whole fucking
Never
9
knew.
yards.
I found a guy on YouTube who actually scams scammers.
Oh, yeah, I've
Dude,
seen that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
It's like Kit Boga or something like that.
I've
Dude,
seen something like
he has
that.
like a voice changer and everything, but it's not even enough that he has the voice changer. He actually like acts like the voice. Like he's got an old lady, and so he'll actually talk like an old lady would talk, like the way he like says things and spaces things out, and just the things she talks about. And then there's another. It's like some like between 25 and 35-year-old chick,
Mhm.
and her name's Nevaeh. So you can only imagine how she sounds.
Nevaeh,
Nevaeh.
heaven
Yeah,
backwards.
my mom named me Nevaeh, and like it means it's heaven spelled backwards. And like it just means so much that
Those
my
are the
mom
kind of
named me
names
like
that
that.
Kyle over here has an issue with.
Yeah.
They're like the pre-Karens, you know.
Oh, pre-Karens.
So
The pre.
Hey, I empathize with the Karen because there's a war out there against Kyle's as well.
yes.
Between
Yes,
Monster
there is.
and
But-
Drywall.
together.
And now there's the one with the
No.
fucking roosters where one of the roosters is named Kyle.
But there was a faction shift to Chad's. They got away from Kyle's and went to
I
Chad's.
hope
They
so.
kinda
I don't know if
did,
I've ever
yeah.
punched a hole in drywall
Mhm.
before.
I've
And I
never-
don't drink Monster.
I've
You've been
never
around
seen
a
you
lot
drink
of
Monster
drywall.
drink.
I sometimes we work with drywall,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
But you don't. But I mean, I guess there's a
We
reason
save
you don't
that
get to punch it because
for the Mexicans.
Deathly quiet.
Damn.
It's not anything
And
against them, just
the
really
people watching
good.
is
Yeah.
going down by the minute. Fantastic.
Are 2 people watching or not?
Oh shit! What a fucking glorious day this
Yeah,
has
we
all
got
been.
3 people watching, and it's all us.
I got 6 on my phone.
I got.
right now.
Well, it says 6 over here, but I
Mm.
see Dave. Pretty sure that's Kyle, and that's you, in the little bubbles.
Everybody else
It
left.
says watching now.
Oh man. Well, that's
Oh,
fine.
we're up to 8 now.
Fantastic.
Have you tried hosting a watch party?
No, I'm not doing
Dude, this
that.
it's so crazy how like this podcast stuff we're doing, like the way that like everything is now, because I've been getting into a lot of this shit just
Mhm.
with work and everything, and like it is so nuts how this like live streaming and podcasting, like it just blew up over fucking night,
absolutely
and
did.
like the stuff that people are doing with this stuff now, like live streamed concerts, and everybody and their mother's got a pod. Like I think it's like, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but I mean, this is gonna be like the wave of the future. Like we're gonna like, I mean, it's not gonna be enough just to go play at a fucking bar once a month. Like we're gonna have to go do like a live stream concert at some point just to keep people interested,
like
I mean,
Yeah.
the last like 3 months have been crazy with the live stream concerts. Like, did you see
Yeah.
Post Malone?
his
Nirvana?
dude, that was actually a kind of a solid set.
It
I'm not
really
gonna hate on
was.
that.
Like Post
Like-
Malone kicked ass as like.
I don't
Kurt
drive
Cobain,
around rocking
essentially.
Post Malone in the fucking
Yeah,
car,
me either.
But that was, I will
Yeah,
give
you
him
do
credit,
too.
and he played a lot of the ones that were like kind of like didn't think he was gonna play
Yeah.
them. They were like kind of some hidden
I
gems
was
in there.
super happy when he played Something in the Way,
Yeah,
which is like
Is it-
my favorite Nirvana
Mhm.
song. So
Odd that this came up because in my Facebook memories, either yesterday or today, from like 3 or 4 years ago, whenever Post Malone first kind of came out, it was like Post Malone reminds me a lot of Nirvana. ... Overrated.
You know what?
Nice.
I kind of agree.
I Nevermind was one of those albums that like opened the doors for me musically, but listening to it now isn't the same as me listening to it when I was like 14.
yeah.
of
Now
course.
I still think Nirvana was a good band. I don't think they were a great band. I don't think they were
Mhm.
like
I don't
heaven
absolutely
sent, like
hate
greatest
them,
band, but no,
yeah.
I
Mhm.
enjoy them. I just
Mhm.
don't think.
I think
Same with Post Malone. I've heard some of his stuff. I'm like, I can dig on that, but for the most part, I'm like, I just don't get like the hype where everybody seems to think he's like the greatest thing on the planet, and that's just the impression that I get. I know that most people don't think that, but
It looks like he smells bad.
he does. He does look like he smells bad.
He looks like somebody that I kicked out of a bar back in 2009.
he's
probably
he's
is.
gone on interviews and said like he looks the way he does, so people will stay away from him.
I respect that.
Yeah, he's
that works
like,
out.
Like, maybe I need to get some face
and
tattoos.
he's like people, well that's
Do it.
that's part of the
Chains
part of that
grill.
interview is just talking about his face tattoos. Like why do you have so tired? Like what's that mean? He's like I'm a tired guy. I'm always tired. Well, what
Makes
about
sense.
stay away?
Dope.
I kind of want people to leave me alone. I don't really like talking to people I don't know. Like, and it's his favorite Nirvana song too. So,
Nice.
but yeah. And then he's what I think is really fucking awesome is his knuckle tattoos. He's got several knuckle tattoos that are portraits of dead rock stars.
That's
Oh,
pretty
nice.
sweet.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
that's cool.
Like it's mostly like the 27 Club. So
Mhm.
he's got Kurt Cobain, he's got Janis Joplin, but he's also got Dimebag on there, which I think. is
Oh,
awesome.
that's badass.
Like, and they're actually like really nice, like for knuckle tattoos. Like you don't
Right.
expect like that level of detail,
Well,
but
There's also video footage of him floating around pre-Post Malone era of him doing like
Pre Malone.
pre-Malone,
Pre-Malone.
pre-Malone, of him doing like Suicide Silence songs and stuff like
Damn.
that. So
well, like I had
So he's got the metal in him, I
Well, from what
guess,
I knew,
but-
like he grew, like he basically like started off just like playing acoustic guitar and like singing. Like he
Yeah.
was just that's like coffee shop type shit,
Mhm.
Not to that degree, but and then like there was some money tossed around and he had some avenues and he was able to start putting together some other things. But like yeah, I mean, he pretty much got to start just kind of like how a lot of us did, just jamming out on a little
Yeah.
acoustic and sitting
Yeah.
in the basement.
I had no idea. I had never heard the name Post Malone, never seen anything, never heard any of the music until Jared Dines put out a video hanging with Post Malone for a weekend. And like he went on like Jimmy Kimmel or some shit and with Post Malone and it was just like a montage video of just hanging out and shit. And
Fucking
they were-
Jared Dines. That dude's fucking success right now makes no sense to me. But I love the guy. I really do.
Yeah.
I like his stuff. But it's just like it's crazy how much stuff that dude has gotten into like over the past like even year.
He
Like,
Yeah.
just changes it up so much,
Yeah.
but he's constantly putting out content and evolving that content.
yeah.
And he's just a cool
kind of
dude.
redefining what an entertainer is, really.
Honestly,
Mhm.
yeah, honestly.
because he's super musically talented, but he's also
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
hmm
And he also has some stuff to say. I mean, I
Yeah.
think he's done like a lot of reviews and stuff like that. So he kind of hits on. He's kind of like a Renaissance man. I feel
Yeah,
like
he's
kinda-
got some. Because I mean, I first found out who he was watching like his account, like his like like 10 types of screamers. or,
Yeah,
like, those
that's
videos,
where it started. That's
and that
where
was
it
hilarious.
started.
And then like it moved into like and then a lot of his bands that he's been in.
Things
Like
drummers
I love
say
a
in
lot
the
of his bands.
studio. Things
Yeah.
bass players say in the
Mhm.
studio.
Yeah, they're
he
fucking
had like all
hilarious.
these series. I interviewed Tanner Cowens, who was the singer from Rest Repose for a while.
okay.
About 2 years ago, and it was about a month after he got kicked out. And he
Was that the first one or the second one? Which
the second one?
the second? Okay.
Yeah. And he had nothing but good things to say about Jared. He
Yeah.
said he is the nicest guy. He is every bit as nice as he portrays himself to be. and everybody's nice and genuine.
You should get Jared Dines on your podcast one
Yeah,
day.
get him on here.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Jared.
So
Call us.
He is one of the 8 people.
when I
Yeah, it turns out.
when I first
people.
started when I first started the podcast, Nate Phillips actually messaged Jared Dine and said, "Hey, do you want to be on a podcast?" And he said Podcastrophe. And he said, "Here's my email. Email me." And I just never did, but I was just
They handed you the
there's-
cookie and you just left
Dude,
it crumbled up
there's-
on the side of the road.
There's an
It's moldy
anxiety
now.
about it, you know. Like
Yeah.
I was
Fair
super anxious to interview Tanner, like, and he's not famous.
Yeah.
But he's like big to me. He's a big deal to me because I really enjoyed him as the singer from Rest Repose. But ended up having like this 2.5 hour conversation with him, somewhat about Rest Repose and getting kicked out, and then moving on into all sorts of things.
Yeah.
But just the gravity of interviewing someone like Jared Dines for me is just like, oh shit,
Yeah.
what do I say? But then it's
And then it turns out it's probably like just a nice, normal, cool conversation. No one gives
yeah,
a shit, and, and
yeah.
everything's all good. So
I'm gonna be hopefully doing more stuff like that, especially now that I've gotten the internet thing a lot more figured out in terms of recording that stuff.
yeah.
You can interview
Um,
me if you want.
I will.
Dave, I'm glad that I'm
Cool.
here. How many times have we tried to be on the show together and it just never works out?
At
I'm
least
Quite a
I'm
bit.
so
Or
glad that we're
twice,
here
yeah.
together.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, a couple times.
I've missed you, Alan.
I've missed you too. What do you do? What are you doing these days? What's like your bands and shit been doing?
Well, my band and shit. We actually started practicing again.
Nice.
We have a drummer finally.
Oh, baller.
Hell yeah.
We haven't practiced in a couple of weeks because like shit's come up, but we're getting there. The chips are coming back
Nice.
with a vengeance.
The bag of chips will be opened again.
It'll be stale once again.
Oh yeah, it's been rolled up in the corner of your like cabinet and forgotten about, and now it's
sitting there.
coming back out
Damn right.
because no one has money to buy more chips. So you have to get the yesterday's chips.
Damn right. They're stale as fuck.
Oh, do we get some dip with those chips this time? Or
No
is it
dip.
just- Damn.
No dip.
Just some
I'm a
Fermunda
dip
cheese.
guy.
Just the front.
Not even like a ranch or something. Like,
No.
Jesus.
No dip.
You want ranch?
All
You gotta
stale.
get you gotta get the stale, cool ranch Doritos.
That's crazy. That's on quarantine right there. That's depression food.
Depression food.
So how did you guys handle quarantine?
I didn't give a fuck. Like I
Yeah,
just
me
like
either. Me
Okay,
either.
let me. It wasn't that like I didn't give a fuck, but
I
like
did not give a fuck.
it
I was
was-
built for it.
it was one
Yeah.
of those things to where like, okay, cool, you're gonna close the bars down, and you're telling me that I have to work from home all the time. So basically, I'm gonna sit in my house and save money, and then I'm gonna go over to my friend's place 3 nights a week and watch movies till midnight and drink White Claw and then come home. And yes, I drink White Claw, and I don't care what anyone has to say about it. There was Corona mixed in and MGD as well, but still. But it was like one of those things where like I don't give a fuck if I'm sitting by myself on my fucking couch. Like I'll watch TV by myself. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, like, and I love being out and around people. Like it's fun, but like I don't know. It didn't bother me really at all.
I had zero trouble.
I didn't get to quarantine.
Nope, you didn't.
I had to work the whole time, but
Same.
it did make me
You didn't work
realize
the whole time, did you?
there was like 1 week that we took off where things like first started getting crazy. But other than that, yeah, we
Yeah.
worked the whole time. But it did make me realize like shit, man, I go out and do stuff a lot more than I realize. Like I miss going out to eat and I miss going to the bars. Those are
Yeah.
the two things. But everything else, I thought, like you said, I'm fine. Like I don't like people anyways. So
Drinking at home was a new experience for me because I really don't do that much. Like I'll have like 1 or 2 here and there. Like, but I'm not like if I'm gonna go drink, I want to go out and be around people and have a good
Oh
time.
yeah, absolutely.
So me sitting at my house, that first like 5 days of quarantine, I
Yeah.
got a picture and it was like, I go buy a case of Miller Lite at 5 p.m. on Friday, and by 3 a.m. it's just gone. And I'm sitting there, I've watched 9 movies, the guinea pig's out running around in the fucking living room. I got no idea how it escaped.
Get a loose guinea pig.
I look in the kitchen and there's 4 other cases of beer that I forgot that I bought 2 days ago. Those are all gone. Like it was pandemonium because there's nothing to do.
See-
I'm waking up in the morning, getting on my laptop for a Zoom meeting. I got a fucking Miller Lite sitting next to me. It's like
you
Jesus
just
Christ.
described the entire year and a half that I lived in Alabama. So minus the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
But
Well, no one needs the guinea pigs.
right.
All I had to focus on, all I had to do with quarantine was just grow my beard. That's all I had.
Yeah,
to
you've
do.
been doing like all the beard stuff.
I
I've been
have.
seeing that, yeah.
You're a
I mean,
beardist.
that kept me sane, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, again, I was built for quarantine. I can sit and watch TV all fucking day. I can play games all fucking day. But that gave my quarantine purpose. It's growing.
Just see you every morning with like a ruler, like pulling your hair out.
I could totally see that. I bet
It's
you did.
grown a
Not.
64th of an
No,
inch.
but like I bought so many like beard oils that like halfway through the day I'd be like, all right, I'm taking a shower. It's shower time because I want to put in a different oil.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I just
it was
I
bad.
just see you putting in like new beard oil every 5 minutes, and then you just start going through this horrible acne because you have covered your
that's
face.
why I didn't
and
do
so
that.
much
Sacred waxes from like over in Asia, just like
Sacred
rubbing
waxes.
it in. Just, oh yeah, there it is.
It's funny you say that. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, this one out of here.
there's an oil I have called it's from a company called Kingsman, and it's called Holy Grail, and it's like one of the most popular beard oils on the internet. And it's because it has this stuff it's made with an essential oil called oud, and oud is an oil that comes from agar wood, so you only get that specific oil.
You're writing all this down.
I'll just
It'll be a
rewatch.
Okay.
Just rewatch. So you only get the specific oil if agar wood gets a certain mold on it and then dies, and then they collect the sap from that mold, and that's oud.
It's the story of my life, collecting
So
sap from mold.
Any Catholics in here? Any Catholics? So
We're
you
covering.
know that chalice that they burn and like swing around and shit.
Mhm.
The
They're
incense?
burning.
Yeah.
They're burning agar wood.
Oh.
So
okay.
it's a really awesome like cologne scent, and I love it. I hate cologne, but I really like that scent.
Well, the next show we do, we'll have to hang some of that from the ceiling just for Dick.
This is for Dick.
Mhm.
Hell yeah! What up, Josh McKinney? I see you. If you're still here, I don't know.
Got a few people in there still. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Oh, hell yeah, man!
Oh, hell yeah, man.
It's gonna be
Feels like I'm just sitting here holding a skinny but long black dick with a
Mhm.
microphone attached to the end of it. Just holding it.
How's it feel?
You know,
$6 million man.
Skinny.
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 Yeah, you texted me like right around the time quarantine was starting. Something about doing Choose to Exist.
Yes, I think that is going. So, Arkose has collectively agreed to do an EP, I guess, and that is what the next step was going to be before COVID-19 and Alan injuring himself and
Alan
and
19.
Andres having a baby. Well, Andres' wife having a baby.
Yeah.
He didn't have the baby, to be
That's good.
clarify.
He just
It's
found
for-
it.
It's for the
But
best that he didn't have the
Biologically
baby.
speaking.
So
he
there's
did
a
not.
couple of new songs. We've got Blinded, and then we've got the Bastards of Subway, which
Mhm.
we still don't have a real name for. So
Leave it.
and then
I say we keep it at that because there's some good story behind that fucking song title.
we've talked about Choose to Exist, and then a super special cover song.
Oh.
So which we had good reaction. You were at the last show.
Oh, okay, so that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That one
Miranda.
actually,
Love.
that went over like a lot.
Can I say it or
you can say it.
is it Dance Monkey?
Dance
Yeah.
Monkey, yes.
Okay, yeah.
And that
Miranda fucking loves that song, and
Everybody does.
I had never heard it till you guys played it, and I still didn't know what the fuck it was. And then I heard the actual song, and I'm like, "Fuck this!"
From
Yeah.
what I remember,
I'm so
the
tired of
like
it
we
now.
had like people like dancing, like the people in the back
Oh,
room
yeah.
like clapping and dick. I was like, how? I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
People were coming up
Yeah.
outside after the show, like, "Yeah, I really like what you guys did with that." Like, I'm not a fan of the original song, but Lance
I don't know
found
if I
it.
know it.
Dude,
It's a pop song.
Yeah.
Some chick from New Zealand kind of came out of
oh,
nowhere.
she's from New Zealand.
I believe
that explains
so.
a lot.
I don't know, but I think so. But so basically, like, she put this song out, and then within like 2 weeks, she had like an unprecedented, like, record-setting number of like YouTube hits on the song.
Huh.
and
So
there's
Lance
just
and I,
and there's
we need to
nothing
do
to
this.
it
Like, let's
either.
do it
Like
now
it's
and
just
get it out there.
the song's got
It's
what
like 3 or
fucking
4
like 4
chords.
lines in the whole fucking like in terms of
Yeah.
how many
Yeah,
words.
there's
she's
not a lot of
actually saying,
words.
like-
It's a simple song. I
It
mean,
really is. And now that like I have actually heard the song, I wish I would have known what you were playing at the time, because then I would have been like, oh sweet, yeah,
Yeah.
this is actually pretty cool.
I thought
Instead,
we put
I'm
a
just
cool,
like-
fun
Yeah.
spin on it, but
Instead, I'm like, I don't know what this is.
It gave me one more sample to play off my laptop.
yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna be one of those drummers now. I'm just
Oh,
programming
there's
samples
Andreas.
the whole time. Oh, there's Mr. Espinosa. My
I'm
God.
surprised Aaron hasn't been in here yet.
Maybe he's not.
He's-
maybe he's just done.
He's too busy writing the next Arkose album.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
He's actually I will say he's got what 2 songs he put out, like he wrote like some riffs and fucking threw them up on Dropbox. He was
Yeah.
like, if anybody thinks of him, he's been clipping away, writing some shit. I've thrown some drums on some of it, but
I remember that. I really liked that one song he sent to us when I was in the band. The one that Lance ended up writing about Hillary Clinton.
oh,
Whatever that one was.
Yeah,
It was a cool fucking song.
I don't remember
And
what
the
band that was.
lyrics Lance had they were great. And he's like, I just put stuff together. I didn't know if I was gonna use it or not, but you can write whatever you want. I'm like, nope, those are good. I mean,
Sure.
you know me, like I take forever to write lyrics. So I was like, yep, we're using them.
Sounds good to me. You got them here. They're ready. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Aaron commenting. He commented
Oh,
on
Aaron
a
is
post. He
commenting?
didn't actually comment in the chat.
Yeah, okay.
You fucking scrub.
Yeah. I don't know. Aaron
Scrub is a guy that's not going to get any love from me.
damn right.
He says,
Hanging out the passenger
I'm
side.
listening.
Best friends ride.
Best friends,
Oh,
right?
there he is.
Trying to holler.
Trying
There
to
he
holler
is.
at me. There he is. There's
Yeah,
the fucking.
he comments on my post in the Indiana music scene. I'm listening.
There's the bass player. Fucking 30 minutes late to the podcast, like how he is 30 minutes late to his sound checks.
That's
Listen, Aaron,
We're
it's,
never gonna live that down, buddy.
it's my job to be the late guy in the band. I'm the singer, okay?
And you're also not supposed to carry or lift anything.
Yeah.
You don't do that at
No.
all. Yeah.
Why would I?
Like,
I do
Matt
that shit all the
Clark.
time. I'm doing it fucking wrong then.
Yeah.
I'm the singer and I carry all the shit. Not all the shit.
And thank God for you, Dave. And thank God for you.
That's all right. I gave up drumming because it's like, carrying drums around, it's a giant pain. That's the biggest pain in the ass of playing live anywhere. And then every time like we go out to play live, I always find myself asking Alan like, hey, you need some help setting up the drums?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what,
Damn it.
I used to have like a full like 2 up, 1 down kick drum. I used to have 2 snares, a whole fucking array of like way back, like whole thing. Now it's like I got like fucking like 4 cymbals and fucking 1 tom and 1 tom again. I'm like 1 snare. I'm like, I'm done. This is it. Like fuck carrying all that shit around. Dude. Like it's cool. Like and plus too also it's like, man, half the time like you don't if you use all that shit, it's cool. But like not that I'm not creative, but I mean like I can do everything I need to do with what I got with a little fucking.
Have you ever thought about maybe just a drum machine?
Ooh, yeah.
Where we could just become like an industrial Arkose?
in the words of rap musicians from a later era, you want to drop that 808?
Let's drop the 808.
We're gonna drop that 808. Can we get that on record?
They're going to drop the 808.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
official.
you. Thank
It's
you.
noted.
Thank you.
Podcaster stenographer, thank you.
Oh, Paula's in the house.
Oh,
Hi,
we're
Paula.
bringing the stenographer back. so
The
last,
fucking Chappelle Show, the home stenographer. I
So
don't know if anybody
last
remembers
week-
that.
when we first started the show last week, or last episode, not last week, someone noticed that there were subtitles. Like we were being captioned. I was like, "That's weird," and they're like, "It's captioning you very poorly." I was like, "Yeah, we hired a stenographer, but we told her, don't. If you can't get what we're saying, just write whatever."
You need to just get some pre-filmed footage of somebody jotting stuff down, looking up every once in a while.
Oh,
And then
yes.
just-
Oh, put it on the
Just
on
the
the
chick at the
screen.
courthouse just typing.
Somebody
I like
dressed super professionally.
Paula.
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw that.
We did that live once. It's not Paula, but she is here.
I can't believe it's not Paula.
Can we make that a hashtag?
Fuck yeah. That's
Hashtag.
awesome. Whenever I think of stenographers, just on that topic before we move to something else, I can't help with like the Chappelle Show episode where they had like the little like black dude and like the Sherlock Holmes hat that was on the guy's back of the backpack typing everything while he's like walking around.
Oh shit, yeah.
The fucking
Yeah.
yeah,
One of
I
those-
about
one of
died.
those tiny
Yeah.
typewriters.
Little tiny,
Those
yeah.
little tiny typewriters that little.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes ching. You know.
Tick 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 tick.
So, what do you guys want to talk about today? Is there anything we want to talk about?
There's probably all sorts of shit to talk about.
Well,
I can talk about
We riffed a good while. About 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I called it a.
That's,
Some-
that's a great podcast.
Sometimes you got to do the nice natural flow to things, man. You try to
Yep.
plan this shit out, and everybody
Yep.
sits around
Well,
looking like a
I
goddamn.
noticed a lull, so I'm like, what do you guys want to talk about?
Look at
I didn't want to address the lull.
we can talk about how that's
You
one
just did though.
I
one
I
L
had to.
one L away from being all L's.
I made fish tacos on my grill the other day, and they were really good.
Ooh.
Very nice.
I just like to point out that. Has anyone else been doing any quarantine cooking?
Paul has
Gotten
been
really
hacked.
good.
I've been to
Yep.
quarantine eating.
Been grilling a lot
Aaron
at the
said it's
girlfriend's
Antifa.
house.
Aaron has to mention Antifa. There it is. It's popping off. It's popping off. Now, see, because that's a terrorist organization, I thought,
Russian
now you're on a
Antifa
watch
bots.
list for fucking even using that word. Russian Antifa bots. Fuck yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, we went to since
You went to an Antifa rally?
no.
Did you take the
so
kids?
since beef prices have been on the rise, I was told, hey, if you're gonna be paying that kind of money, at least get good meat. So go to DNR. So I went to
That
DNR.
place has some good
I got
stuff.
some.
Yeah, they
and
do.
I got 2 top sirloins and a couple ribeyes. We used 1 sirloin for some kebabs, and then come Monday or Tuesday, I was like, well, shit, I need to cook this other sirloin, so I cooked it. I grilled it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, we already talked about the EP. That was a
grilled
question.
it flawlessly.
Yes, not Paulo. They talked.
Yes, not Paula. They talked about it.
We can talk about it again. Fortunately, EPs are short, so it doesn't have to be a long conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, so we picked like 4 songs. One of them's a cover. We're doing an EP.
Okay.
And you can
We're
listen.
looking. I think we're looking for titles. I mean,
Yeah, you can listen. You can
suggestions?
listen to this EP while you're grilling your food. So that's how this ties back into what we were doing. You go sit out on the back with your Bluetooth speaker.
Listen
It's
to your
nice.
EP,
It's not a
grill
full length
your
CD,
steak.
so
We
you
couldn't
can
think
you
of
can
the
grill it.
title. Oh wait, that's already taken.
I was thinking steal this album.
Steal this EP.
Steal this EP. There we go.
Yesterday's chips. Oh fuck. Don't do that one.
But no, so I
Tomorrow's
I
crackers.
grilled this
Tomorrow's
sirloin.
That's
I grilled
me.
this sirloin.
That sounds like a hate group right there. If I've ever fucking
Wow.
heard one, that's.
So I grilled this sirloin. I have to get back to my story. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Sorry,
You're fine.
guys.
Back
I'm
Dick
excited
Sirloin
about this.
story.
We go.
So I grilled it.
I feel bad for
Dick
whoever's tuning into
Sirloin
this
story?
fucking podcast right now because they're gonna hear the tail end. Yesterday's or tomorrow's crackers, and then Dick's like, "So back to the sirloin I was grilling." the
Even
other
better, he's like Dick Sirloin story.
Dick's sirloin
He's got a
story.
Dick Sirloin.
Dick, tell me about your meat.
I'll tell you about it. So I it was flawless. I cut it up. I was like, wow, this is
You heard it here, folks.
beautiful.
It's flawless.
I brought it to lunch the next day. I brought the whole thing. It was this giant bastard of a steak. And there's like a little Japanese restaurant in the cafeteria at SIA, and they have this amazing like sauce. It's like tonkatsu sauce or some shit.
Mm.
And so I was like, hey, can I get a cup of that? They're like, well, I can't just give you a cup of it. You'll have to buy something. I was like, give me a bowl of rice and a cup of that. Okay. So I had that and the steak, and I was sitting there eating it, just filling myself up because it was so much. It was so much. And yeah, so I realized, wow, this would be perfect if I was actually working out.
I actually recently got back into trying to work out again.
I miss working
I
out.
have
I'm
a
just gonna
question. What
leave
is
that
working
there.
No, what is
Yeah.
working out?
I have a question.
Alan's cardio's nowhere near what it used to be.
Due to inflation, how about the 12.99% EP, not percent?
Sounds racist. Jesus Christ.
What are you going on about, not Paula?
I can't believe it's not Paula.
I like
Okay,
that.
I'm starting.
That's-
to
That's the EP. That's the EP.
That might end up being a
Can't
title
believe
of a
it's not
fucking
Paula.
song in the future. That might be something
We
else.
already got Bastards of Subway.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited just to go out and fucking play a goddamn show again sometime soon.
Same.
What
Like,
time
I miss
soon?
I
We
miss
talked
live
about the
music.
Well-
4th of July, and that's not happening. So
Well, like from what like on my end, from like working shit, I've been pretty much told like, man, like we're not doing shit till January, but I know that there's shit that's popping back up around like July and
Yeah.
August and everything. So I mean, like
There's a few.
I don't know. We'll
I
see
think.
what happens. There's like what? There's like what? Like that fucking. There's like some fest or something going on. What, like Fried Fest or
Fest.
something. I saw that. There was an
I
advertisement
think
for that.
isn't
the
that
other
the
day.
same people that used to do or put together like the Not Your Father's hardcore
Like down fucking.
Attica?
Attica.
It might not be.
It
I
might
don't
be.
know.
I don't know.
It looks like the same type of lineup, and it's around the same time of year. So I don't know.
The Chips were supposed to play that one time, but we didn't.
Apparently, Drench / Arkose was supposed to
Yeah.
play that like I don't know what 45 years in a row,
Yeah.
and then didn't.
Yeah. There was always some
Yeah, I
like
was part of
either
that.
I
I was
had to
part of
work
one
or
of those
somebody else could do
years.
it. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember
That's
Lance.
probably why we didn't get asked to play Pride Fest. If they're the same people, they might not
Yeah.
be. I don't know.
I remember Lance saying, "Hey, we got a show. You think you'll be ready?" I'm like, I don't know.
Best way to
Sure.
best way to practice is to play a show.
Spoiler
Like,
alert: I
hands
was
down.
not ready.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jared?
We had one song, and that was "Choose to Exist."
We just play that over. We just play Choose to Exist fucking
yeah,
5
so we
times
had
in a row.
That I could sing Confinement, and I could kind of sing Sightless, and then the only other song we had was the Black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dick's Black.
The Black Tick.
The
The,
Black
bla-
Dick.
the BBD, if you
Yes,
will. If
the
you
Black
will.
Dick. And then we had the start of what.
Don't you
was
start
titled-
sighing over there. There's more to come in this. I don't want to hear about it.
And then we also had the start of what was titled 56 Feet
Yeah.
Of Dick.
of Dick.
6 feet.
Surprisingly, that never came up as a title. Like, Lance always tried to find ways to make like a dick joke in the song titles. That never happened.
Should have hired me.
Dave, Dick's representative.
I
I
represent
would
Dick.
love that. I would love
Professional
that.
dick rug.
I'll represent you.
Joke writer.
Represent me.
Can that be like your next,
Done.
like one of your side projects that you could do with him? Could be Dave and the Dicks.
Dave and the Dicks.
I think that'd be pretty fucking
Better than
solid.
Dave and the Linders. Fuck. That's a terrible name.
It's the only redeeming factor for that name is that it's your name.
That's why I hate it.
That's why we love it. But yeah, it is a terrible name. But it's amazing because it's your name. But it's a terrible band name. But it's only good because it's your name.
We played some pretty good shows with that.
Yeah, you
All
did.
two.
All two of them. You're tied with band number 1 right now.
That's right. We won.
And
Band
we
number
won.
1.
Band number 1
Nice.
won. I want to do band number 1 again. That was so much fun.
You
I at
guys
least
did-
want to record.
It was a fun show.
I at least
was
want to
interesting.
record it. Like get an EP.
An IPA.
EP. I believe it's in the Dropbox as 56 feet of dick. What? No way. I don't believe you because whatever is in that Dropbox, I have on my computer. And I have not seen 56 feet of dick.
You don't have 56 feet of dick on your computer.
Are you don't?
You've seen 56 feet of dick. Don't lie.
And you're on a watch
Look,
list now.
We're not going to talk
There it
about
is.
the 50 guy cream pie, okay? No way.
God.
Bye.
That sounds
50
delicious. Oh, I misinterpreted that.
No.
There's so many jokes that need to be made, but God.
Is it for the best that they're not made?
Well, we could probably make them. Let's see what the target audience is here. Who's listening to this fucking thing today?
Us.
I could show, but I'm not going to. Thanks, not Paula. Thanks.
Not Paula's my favorite guest.
Yeah.
We need to get not Paula back in here.
hmm
I mean, maybe Paula too. I mean, I don't want to say I don't want Paula here. That sounds so bad.
We need to get all the other, not everybody, back in here for a fucking sesh one day.
That's
Yeah.
right. You just get all of the significant others of a band to come in one day.
And, like,
Luckily for me,
really
I don't have to
shit.
worry about that.
Really.
No, I
That's right.
Same.
Only guy in the band that's single, ladies. What's up?
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Only co-host that's
I
single.
keep forgetting you have a girlfriend because I'm just.
I know. Me too.
I literally
Me
thought
too.
when you were texting back like the sound of my girlfriend, I was like, you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I honestly took it as a
It's
joke.
weird. It's weird. I'm actually dating a nice girl now after like 3 years of being single.
And what did those
And
3
then,
years teach you? Did you learn? Was there any growth?
That I am way too selfish and dating is a lot harder than I realized it would be. Because now I find myself getting like weird and upset about things that I should not get weird and upset about, and I have to remind myself like, oh yes, I'm in a relationship now. Like I'm supposed to be emotionally supportive. Like I'm not supposed to just turn around and run the other way, which is initial reaction. But
I'm not even gonna go into my personal. I'm keeping all my opinions on everything on that to my damn self.
Yeah. I had those 3 years ago. I had those same.
I'll
opinions.
date somebody at some point, but
Hey, everybody needs.
I
their
say
time to
I
themselves.
say live up
after
your
this
single
last
life,
year.
dude.
Fucking that's what I'm doing, man.
I say live
Wait,
it up.
Live it up.
Because now I have a girlfriend, and it's like, damn.
You're
it.
single?
Yeah.
Since when? I thought you had a girlfriend.
Let's talk about this off the podcast.
I was like, wait a minute.
And in the next episode of Emotional Damaging Damages. No, I'm just
Up next on Dick's Heartbreak Cafe.
I mean, guys, be
That's a
sick.
podcast right
Yeah.
there.
Dick's.
First official dab of Podcastrophe.
Oh god! And it took it, and we got it there. We got it to that.
You did. Thank you. You allowed this.
That's
You
fine.
facilitated
Everybody
this.
needs a platform.
You guys want a beer?
Yeah, I'll do
I haven't had any.
Sure.
No beer.
Make us a beer.
a beer.
I'll
With
Make
make,
us a
I'll make
beer.
you a beer.
Make me a beer.
Hey, in the meantime, who wants to hear a really corny joke?
Oh, I do.
Let me see if anybody says yes to hearing a corny joke. Probably not.
I
All right.
do.
What's the only crime that corn can get accused of? Stalking.
Ha! That's a good one.
So I'm a lot more limited on beer than I thought I was. I thought I had way more.
Do you guys want a beer? Never mind. You can't have
Never
it.
mind, you can't have any beer.
Actually, get the fuck out of my house.
I got 4 Budweisers from Christmas.
Ooh, Christmas buds.
I got
So it's
zombie
aged.
dust. I have a zombie dust.
8 zombie dust?
A zombie dust. And I got these. Juicier than thou.
What the fuck is that?
Excellent.
It is excellent.
Is it one of them craft beers the kids are drinking these days?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try one of those.
Not Paula says are we still a band?
Yeah, we've been
That's a
talking.
damn
We've been
good
talking
question.
about the whole. I'd say yes on that,
Oh, we are.
I'll be in your band, sure.
unless you don't want to be anymore.
Kyle Hosted or solo project. I've already got that. Fuck it. I'll take one.
Can I be in your side project?
You can.
I'm just gonna
Sure,
scream
make
in the background.
Kyle and friends. I'd love to do something like that.
Just like that. There goes
have
all my
everybody.
beer.
New England style India Pale Ale with mango.
These are excellent. I
Is
love
there
this beer.
anything they can't do?
Ooh. Yeah, I can taste the mango. That's pretty good.
6.5. Never filtered. Never pasteurized. Always
Oh,
tasty.
love it when they're never pasteurized.
What brewery? Heretic.
Yep.
Because when you're doing podcasts with the best, only drink the best. Heretic Brewery. There's the plug
God
right
damn.
Somebody cue the Slipknot. If you're 5'5", I'm 6'6".
there. What's it like to drink a heretic?
Oh shit.
Boom.
I think we just came up with our entire advertising campaign.
I was doing cheesy fucking like spots like that the other day. We were doing like these little like tech talk kind of informational videos where I work at for people, and we had a panel on to some people in the industry the other day, and I was sitting there before we were getting going, like, you know, we had like all of our like monitors and everything in so we could hear, we had the mics and everything, and everything around me was just like, I was doing shameless plug after shameless plug. I was just like, hey, Kenny, can you do me a favor and hand me the Shure microphone? Only the best. Make sure that when you're doing your live pod, and they're just like doing all sorts of dumb shit all day, dude. It was fucking hilarious.
So like you were pulling like a Wayne's World,
Oh, yeah.
where like all that super dab, the fucking product placement shit. Pizza Hut,
Oh, yeah.
Pepsi, and
It certainly does suck.
Pulling like a Talladega Nights, be like, when I go out camping, the only thing I cut string with is the Jackhawk 9000, available only at Walmart. It's like,
If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Xing Song, you phone Xing Song Long Sheng Ding Ai Tai. Broom candy. And now everyone has to guess, did I actually say something in Mandarin Chinese?
Probably not.
We don't know. I probably did actually say something like really just heinously fucked up, like I like burning kittens in my backyard, and like now I'm gonna get a message from somebody that speaks
That's
Chinese.
not heinously fucked up. I mean,
Burning kittens in your backyard?
yeah,
That's pretty
better,
fucked up.
Better than doing it in somebody else's backyard.
it's only kind of fucked up.
I guess it is your backyard.
Just saying, there could be worse things.
It's only kind of
That's
fucked
true.
up. Like heinously fucked up is really fucked up.
Yeah,
It's so funny too, like when you talk about like what people view as like, especially now, like not to get into it, but it's like, you know, what's viewed as like a really like a dark sense of humor, like a hate, like you can't like. I still make all the jokes I fucking want to.
I was gonna
and
say
it's
I try to stay on
But
top
man,
of the
dude, like
game.
I've seen so many people where it's like, man, like they used to have some of the darkest, most twisted minds on the fucking planet, and now it's like,
But you apparently-
well, you can't say that anymore. It's like this is coming from you, motherfucker. Shut the hell up. Like, come on.
You didn't see my post
Yeah.
from earlier today, then, did you?
Earlier today,
Yes.
I might have. I don't know.
The it's so humid outside. Hashtag I can't breathe.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I try to stay on top of the darkness.
And,
That
you're
came out wrong.
And you're
that
saying
came out wrong.
Wow, yeah.
Both pretty
Let me
fucking
guess.
dark right
Let
there.
me guess.
Jesus.
Do you like to keep a knee on the darkness too?
No,
Oh,
that is
God.
not what I meant.
God, I'm hoping that the people watching this podcast
I hope
appreciate
so,
this
too.
fucking humor.
I'm sorry. I'll apologize for that.
And I mean,
F that. Fucking everybody should have a sense of humor about everything.
and blanket statement, yeah, what happened to that dude was fucked
Oh,
up.
absolutely.
Like, I don't think anyone's denying that. So
No.
if anyone does want to get on here and throw a fucking hissy fit, I'm putting that to bed right now. Like,
Right.
nobody's
Yeah.
denying that that's
no,
fucked up. what
I
happened to
honestly
that
have
guy.
not seen
you
any.
know,
Even the
but-
people that are like very anti Black Lives Matter, anti protesting, and all
Mhm.
that shit. They're like, yeah, it was
Mhm.
fucked up. It was fucked up. We
Yeah.
agree. Get rid of that fucking cop.
Mm.
And that's all I have to say.
My
about
grandfather
that.
agreed to get rid of that cop, and I thought that
Wow.
was weird.
Yeah. It's a fucked up thing. I said it on what will be Journey into Comics episode 300, but all I really said was we've had protests in all 50 states and roughly, I think, 18 different countries around the world, and I think that says something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, these are changes that have been needed for 40 years now. So I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
hey.
It's just the socio-political climate is just crazy right now, and I think it's awesome that we protested here in Lafayette, even if it ended up kind of shitty at the end.
I was out there for most of that day.
Yeah.
I was downtown for that. Like,
Did
I left about 9:30, but I was at the
Yeah.
protest as well.
I
was not, but did somebody try to break into Best Buy? Was that the thing?
That was one.
Okay,
of the
well, because
things
they were
that-
all bored. I went to Barnes and Nobles today, and Best Buy was boarded up.
Yep,
Barnes and Nobles,
they busted
where they
the
sell
windows.
books, untouched. There was nothing wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, let's steal all the electronics. Fuck things that we can learn from. We don't need books.
Those
Yeah.
books
Well,
can't talk to me.
Well, do you remember Team America World Police, the
Yeah.
theme song, or like they're just listing off all these things that are American? They're
Books.
like, books. And they're like,
Fuck yeah.
Well, because that was the
Fuck yeah.
crazy
Fuck-
shit.
fuck-
Like,
fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I left about a half hour before the gas popped off, and then I start hearing stories. Like, I'm listening to the scanner, and it's like, yep, like fucking Target's getting got, and Best Buy, and the mall, and I'm like,
Walmart 26 got
I
right,
just-
front
like
door broke.
fuck, like buildings.
I
are
just
on
happened
fire,
to
like,
wake up
Jesus.
at 1, like a little bit before 1 a.m. because the dog was like, I'm getting off the bed, and I'm like, fuck, I mean, she's gonna go shit somewhere, so I got up, took her outside.
Go shit with her.
So I'm like
It's
getting
a
on
true
Facebook
bonding
while she does her
experience.
Moments of
business,
solidarity.
and I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened? Oh shit. Oh fuck! And then someone had like a link to a YouTube live stream, and it was a Best Buy, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, they're live streaming this thing getting fucking raided, and then next thing you know, cops. And I was like, and then I hear the sirens. Actually, that's what prompted me to get on Facebook. I go outside to let my dog shit, and all I hear is just sirens in every direction, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And it's funny too because it really wasn't even that many people that were from what I've read about everything. Like, it was a few people that were just going around causing shit. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That had nothing to do.
you know,
with
for the most part, I
protest.
mean, everything was fucking peaceful. Like, the actual protest was over by 9:30.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, the
I
event
left
was over.
about 9:30 or so at the protest, and I was super proud. I thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Everyone,
shit didn't pop off till
Mhm.
10:30 or 11.
you know,
Yeah. So I'm just laying in bed because I can't sleep. At this point, I'm just like scrolling through shit, seeing what happened, watching videos, and then next thing I hear is, boom. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And apparently it was Rural King. They busted into Rural King.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was.
I'm sitting here like watching it, all this shit, and then the shit's actually happening around me. I'm like, what is going on? Am I gonna have to like
move.
guard my house?
Move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, good thing I just got this new guard puppy. Go
Yep.
get him, girl.
Have at
out-
it.
so fierce.
It turns out in my research to help myself train and raise this dog, Siberian Huskies are terrible guard dogs.
They're part of the working group.
Yes, not the guard group.
Yeah.
Every
So-
dog I've had was
Now, if you get yourself a
terrible
Dutch
guard dog.
Shepherd, those motherfuckers
Yeah.
will take somebody down. Those are fucking Navy SEAL dogs. SWAT team puppy.
I can't remember. There's a meme I saw about a dog, and I don't remember anything about it.
Good story. That was great. Fuck.
There it is,
Anybody
guys.
More story about that? I saw a meme once too.
I
Thanks.
saw a cake one time.
No,
even eat it.
I
Woke
remember
up the
it's
other
like-
day, made some eggs. Mic drop.
I remember it was like a drug sniffing dog or something, and it's like this drug sniffing dog found drugs, and then it's like staring directly at the guy with like the meanest face. It's like, fuck you, I caught you, or some shit like that. It was a lot
Drug
funnier
sniffing
than I just
dog.
described.
There's a nickname I've been called a
Promise.
few times. I'm just kidding.
It was cool. Last weekend, I actually got to go out to not this last weekend, but the weekend before. I actually got to go out to the vault and Chumley's and stuff.
Was
With
vault
the dog?
open?
Yeah.
Was that when I saw you the other
With the
night?
dog?
No,
Was that when I ran into you
Yeah,
down there?
yeah.
And okay, yeah, that night.
that's when you got invited to the show.
I didn't think bars were even open yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
So you can't
man.
sit at the bar, but you can be in the bar. And
No, fuck. I would have went to the vault.
Like
How come
rest-
nobody invited me to the vault?
well,
I love the
restaurant like
vault.
because I think like restaurants and shit.
Oh,
are
you
like
still love-
50%. I think
Yeah.
like because they sped up all like the fourth phase, so I think like I keep moving the mic away from my fucking mouth. I think I know better.
Yeah.
Fourth phase.
Like they're doing the fourth.
Friday.
Yeah,
we're
and I
in the
think
fourth
as of
phase.
then, like then you'll be fully back open. But it's crazy because I know there's a lot of bars and restaurants that are doing like they've been doing such baller business like carry out and delivery that like they are kind of like until we can fully employ back our people on payroll, fully get people back at 100% capacity, let everybody in, set the bar. Like we're just gonna keep doing carry out and delivery because everybody's making decent enough money doing that. And
Yeah.
it works out, you know. So.
I just hope most people have been tipping the carry out
Mhm.
because they don't. A lot of people don't understand that. Okay, yeah, you're picking the food up. They're not delivering it.
From
to
what
you.
from what I've heard, I think it's been pretty
That's
pretty
good.
fair out there.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
Because I used to date someone that worked at Outback, and she would, whenever she worked like the takeout section, she would always bitch about nobody tipping, and I was like, you got to understand though, yeah, you're preparing that, and yeah, you should be getting a tip, but a lot of people don't understand that's a service itself.
Yeah.
Because in some restaurants it's not. It's no big deal. It's like, oh, the food's ready, here you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I digress.
Yeah.
Andreas says, "Cup the mic."
I
Alan,
was just told that like that. Just doing that.
Cup that mic.
Actually, I could move my fingers, and then all of a sudden, it looks like I'm cupping the mic, but it's actually fine.
I learned in my very first band, don't cup the mic,
Nope.
and it's a very valuable lesson, especially for your first band. Like you normally don't learn that early on.
No, you definitely don't want to
I-
do that.
No, we grew up on a generation of new metal bands that
Mm.
grab the fucking mic
Yeah.
up here, like,
Yeah.
When I first started, I learned don't hit yourself in the face with the mic.
Did you
I
learn
learned
that
that.
by doing it?
I did.
And is
Did
that
you
a
try to look
self-taught
fancy
lesson?
doing like the mic swing?
No, I think someone ran into like my elbow and just rap, and I was like bleeding.
I tried doing the mic swing one time at an Arkose show, and I think it was at North End Pub. And I think you were there, but it like I got halfway around, and then it just came unclipped and then hit the floor.
My luck, you would go
So
flying
I
up and
grab
hit
it.
someone.
Yeah, I believe.
So that's why when I was putting those mics away, there was a dent in that one. Okay, I was wondering why that thing got so fucked up. That makes sense
Yeah.
now. Well, that's like the first dude that ever
Probably
tried
me.
probably doing like the fucking like behind the back guitar throw, and his strap locks just weren't on tight enough, and it just went flying out into the the crowd or
I've
whatever.
seen a
like-
video of
There's
that.
compilation videos
Yeah.
of that on YouTube. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, just getting brained in the face with a bass. And there's
Yeah,
there's the
Nirvana.
hook line for the next chorus of the next
that was
song right
Nirvana.
there. Yeah.
Famous. That's
Mhm.
a famous story.
Bass to the face.
Based to the
Famous
face.
like Kanye West.
Famous like it's like a legendary story told by the. I don't know.
Kanye.
It's probably not legendary.
Okay.
I don't know.
Was he talking about Nirvana when he's like, I made them bitches
I saw
famous?
it on Behind the Music. Okay, whatever.
And the person pulling all the strings behind the scenes, even of Kanye, is our good friend Small Jonathan.
Small Jonathan.
Because no one gets lit like Little John. I'm sorry.
Small Jonathan.
Small Jonathan, dude. Seriously, that motherfucker gets. He is.
Who is Small Jonathan?
He asks
Lil
a lot of
John.
questions.
Fucking Lil
Lil
John.
John,
He's
okay.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
That motherfucker got so much energy, dude. Cat Williams had it right in that comedy routine where he was like, you listen to that dude's music and you just want to go out and just fucking
Look, yeah.
have a fucking field day.
That was the first time I ever thought
Throw
like,
a goddamn fucking tree across the room, like just something. I don't fucking know.
that was the
but-
first time I ever thought like rap was like comparable to metal and the like excitedness and the
Yeah.
Yeah.
like just I mean like, there's good rap before that
Good old
obviously
crunk.
but
Good old crunk.
when Crunk came around I was like this is the metal of hip hop
Yeah.
Much like
and our friend Small Jonathan sampled
Mm-hmm.
Slayer
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
And
And
Bad Brains.
Ozzy Osbourne.
and Bad Brains
Yep. And Ozzy.
I forgot about the Ozzy one.
Mm-hmm.
What was the Slayer one? When did he do Slayer?
Stop Fucking With Me.
I don't know that one.
It was I don't
I
think it was
only-
ever like a
I-
single but
I only know like the radio singles and only
Ah.
a couple of them.
yes he sampled Slayer in a song called Stop Fucking With Me.
Mm-hmm.
There's no H
Mexican
on the
Burt
end of that.
Reynolds.
Mexican Burt Reynolds. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember how that conversation came up.
I
But,
remember,
there's a Mexican restaurant in Attica, and apparently there's a picture of a guy up there that Lance describes as somebody who looks like a Mexican Burt Reynolds. So I was trying to portray like visually to my girlfriend what we were talking about. So I typed in on Google, image search, Mexican Burt Reynolds. Well, I found pictures of him with a sombrero, which was neat. But what I also found is there is actually a song called Mexican Burt Reynolds. It's a rap song, and it's
Dick
not
is looking
very
this
good.
shit up right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
We got R&D on this shit.
Can we
What
go
are we
ahead?
gonna do?
Can we go
Is
ahead and put
this,
that
uh,
on screen?
oh, it's by Baby Bash. Wow.
I'd never heard of South Park Mexican was the only one in the song.
You got your
I
audio
heard of.
going through your stream right now? Can we hear it?
I don't want to get a strike. I just want. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's wearing a sombrero.
Exactly. Mexican Burt Reynolds.
Well, I would have not expected Baby Bash to be the one to have this song.
Roberto Reynolds.
I've never heard of Baby Bash before.
The
song
Sugar
is-
Sugar, How You Get So Fly. Do you remember that song?
Oh yeah, that one. That
No.
classic tale.
That song's about cocaine.
Well, that's probably why I haven't listened
That
to
makes
it. I am not
sense.
into drugs,
The
Dick.
song's about cocaine.
There's so many good songs about cocaine, like "Kiss from a Rose" by
Really?
Seal. Yeah, that's got cocaine context all through it.
Snowblind.
Have you
Black
heard the
Sabbath.
the Wake Me version of that song? It's a
Oh
metal
yeah,
four-ish
yeah, I
band.
have. Every time I think of that way of the wake me up, like the Evanescence, I'm assuming that's what I think you're referring to. Every
Wake
time
me
I
No.
Wake
There's a
me
band.
up.
Yeah.
Save
Called,
me.
there's a band called I think it's called Wake Me, and they do
Oh,
a
okay.
cover of Kiss from a Rose.
I thought you were talking about like there was a remix where they put like the music from like an Evanescence song
No,
over
no.
like this one dude.
No, it's
Okay.
like a metalcore cover of Kiss from a
That,
Rose. It's actually pretty good.
Leo Moracholi, he does on Frog League Studios.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does Kiss from a Rose. You got
He
on
does,
it.
but I've learned to not like his covers as much anymore.
I
Was that
really
Metallica
gotta,
covering Kiss from a Rose?
I gotta filter the songs. Like I'll look at what he's doing. It's like,
Yeah.
yep, I don't know that one, or nope, I don't care about that one.
He does all of his covers exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard. I mean, he does a good job. I'm over it.
I'm just waiting on a song that I want to hear.
Right.
So if I don't know the song, which is crazy because I had never heard "Hello" before he did it. So
Andre says I'm in Baby Bash, and if you guys play 1 second of it, I'm copyright claiming.
wow. No, what's really cool is talking about copyright claiming shit. Like Jared Dines recently, back to Jared Dines, he made a Spotify playlist of all royalty free music. Or
Nice.
he got a bunch of bands together to say, hey, okay, you might not be able to monetize
I think I
your
saw
video.
something like that because there was like somebody asked, they were like, "Hey, is this like really free?" And he was like, "Well, one or two of these bands might, if you use it a lot, have something to say about it, but for the most part, like it's all."
Well,
yeah.
he said like I don't know about that, but what I saw was all these songs are you can use them. You might not be able to monetize your video with it,
Yeah.
but you won't get a strike. They won't hit you with a copyright.
Yeah, I'm going
claim.
off of what I saw on his Instagram. He posted
Yeah.
an Instagram post, I think like
Yeah, I
today or
saw
something.
that, and
See,
yeah,
I just
which is awesome.
I did a series of webisodes for Far Cry from Innocence years back, and we used a bunch of music. We used some Pat Boone, we used Michael Jackson and the Bee Gees and all kinds of stuff. And I just put at the end of the video like, "Please don't sue me." I mean, I know that's not like
that works.
Yeah.
no,
Well, and like now, like
but none of them have been. They've never gotten removed. Like
it's
I don't
crazy because
have
the
any-
algorithms, like a lot of things used now, like it's one of these where it used to be like people were just keeping an eye out for that shit. Now like a fucking computer like scans that shit, and it's like if you
Oh,
play
yeah.
a song, like it'll
Right.
recognize it, and it's
No,
like
so-
nope, kicks it out, kicks you out, you're done.
So I have a few videos from like my sophomore year of high school, so around 2006, 2007, and I used like Disturbed like voices. I used Power Man 5000, Bombshell.
Yeah.
Like I use songs like that because that's what I was fucking listening to at the time. But and then I go back and I find, oh, this video is fucking muted. Like what the fuck? And I go in and it says, oh, copyrighted material.
Can't use it. Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
And then they changed it up a couple years later, and it's like, oh, we're not gonna mute your video, but this country has it banned. So like, I have Parkway Drive Carrion vocal cover, and it's banned in Germany. That's
funny.
it.
Take
That's
that,
it.
Germany.
It's
Well,
like-
there goes your German fan
I
base.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
Dick.
and it's just random shit like that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Strike me.
Random Scheiße. Okay.
I'm not
You're gonna
making
appeal
money.
to German people,
YouTube's not my job.
Not
so I
anymore.
don't
He's
really-
banned.
I don't really give a shit.
which makes it.
You're not rocking
gotta
the
work
thousands of
harder to
dollars
gain
off your
those fans
Patreon
back.
account.
I actually tried the Patreon account for Podcastrophe, and I ended up being the only person contributing.
I've heard that it's actually pretty like to get actually like legit paid to where you can make money off like YouTube. Like it actually is ridiculous the amount, like because like you get a couple 100,000 subscribers or something, and like that doesn't even amount to like $10, you know, or something like
Well,
that. Like
it
I
all
don't know.
goes off
It's,
of advertisements and views,
yeah.
and how much people actually interact with the advertisements. And
Well, I mean, we did just
Oh,
advertise
not
for
Paula's
Heretic
out.
beer.
bye now, Paula.
Why not, Paula?
Bye now, Paula.
Thanks for tuning in.
Love you.
We started talking about real shit, and he's like, "All right, fuck
Mhm.
this."
He's like, they're not talking about the band anymore. I'm out.
So, any I mean, I guess you guys don't know, but anything after the EP?
I'd just like to play a live show at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to. Again, I'd like to see a live show.
yeah.
I'd like
yeah,
to
for
see
sure.
you guys at a live show.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it
I just want to go to the North End pub. Honestly, I just want to hang out.
I think
Sunday,
we,
they open.
Yeah.
we all have our own
Sunday?
ideas of
I'll be
like
there.
how to release music, and some of us I think want like EPs, and some of us just want to do singles. And I think if it was up to me, I think we'd just do it like release singles or record singles and then put them out together as an EP instead of just
gonna
doing
say,
it all
why not
at
both?
once. But we could, but yeah,
That's
it's,
that's the
the
simple
idea of like
solution.
doing it all at once. I'm like, God, you don't have to confine to such rigid like studio performance
Okay,
stereotypes of releasing stuff.
release
you know?
a single, and then release the EP and have that single on the EP.
That's what I'm saying. That would be
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, or
But-
if it's
But it's like, oh, if we're gonna do an EP, we got to do all 5 songs at the same exact time. Like, you don't have to.
so the way I
Yeah, record one,
categorize
hold on
things-
to it.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
way I categorize things. So you got 2 to 3 songs. That's a demo.
Mm-hmm.
EP, 4 to 7 songs. Full length, 10 to X.
20,
Whatever.
21.
21 songs. I mean, Eminem's done it.
Yeah.
D12
Oh,
did
yeah.
it.
That's
most
what we got to do
powerhouse
is get
band
our
have
fucking
30.
2-disc series out with the back-to-back with the
Oh.
picture. Yeah.
Double disc concept album. How about that?
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know what the concept's about, but I'm sure. You tell me, and I'll write about it.
Well,
How
I
about
got a
that?
concept for you right here. That was actually a comment by not Paula. Excuse me. Fight Club pay-per-view of Max the Cat versus the Guinea Pigs.
Oh yes,
So that could be a pretty good concept album right there.
we could do a triple disc on that. We could do Max disc 1, Guinea Pigs disc 2, like in prep for the fight. The
And
fight
then-
is disc 3. It
and
all
then in
climaxes, but disc 3 is one 45-minute song.
Like fucking Edge of Sanity did. It's
Sure.
called the-
And
called the
we can
Curse.
go. We can kind of play off Mastodon like Blood and Thunder. We can go Blood and Cages or something like that. It'll be
Ooh.
Blood and Fur. That'd be
Blood and
a
Fur.
good
Blood
Blood
and
and Fur.
Fur.
There we go. That's a good one.
My vote is for Korean turtle ships.
Korean turtle ships. Yes. 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 Yes.
Did you ever hear about that?
Oh my God. That's
I don't think
amazing.
so.
Okay, so there was a lyric. There's a dry erase board in the practice space, and it says song ideas. It's a list, and one of them was what was it like?
I was playing Age of Empires one time and fucking
Fuck
like,
yeah!
and I remembered that and like something popped up and I was just like there was like Viking ship or something and I was like Korean turtle ships. I just wrote that up there and like Dick was like, looks at it, he's like, that's actually a badass idea because those things were nuts. Like, have you ever researched like Korean turtle ships? They fucking were crazy. We ended up having like we blew the first hour of practice just talking about Korean fucking turtle ships. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, like it was like so you had Korean turtle ships. Man, I have a picture of it. I have a picture of the fucking board and how stupid it was. It's like trying something different in a different way.
Had that stupid drawing of Charlie Biggs on there.
Yep.
The Chicken King of
You guys
Central
keep talking.
Indiana.
I'm gonna find this. I am going to find this.
The chips don't have a race board for ideas. It's just me going.
Oh, you put a
RoboCop.
little
All right.
heart hugging
That's what I love
emoji. Yeah,
That's the
little
care
I hugged the
emoji.
heart. Is that what it
That is my favorite thing.
Is that what that's supposed to be? Is
Going
caring?
back to quarantine, my favorite thing about this whole quarantine is the new React button on Facebook.
Mhm.
The care.
The care.
The care, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I went through and changed every reaction I've ever had on any of my girlfriend's stuff to care, and she thinks I'm doing it facetiously. I don't know why.
I use it for everything too.
Be like,
so
I'm just
it's
trying
okay.
to hug your heart.
I'm just trying to show people that I care.
I know you care.
I'm glad. I'm glad somebody gets that I care.
I'm gonna go back and care react to every single one of your posts when I get home.
I'm gonna not look at any of your posts. I'm just gonna go home and eat chicken. I'm
That's
sorry.
probably a
I'm
good
sorry.
idea.
That's where my night's gonna go.
We're eating chicken. I'm in.
I could have swore I had it on here. I must have deleted it. So I've already gone. I'm in the era.
Is Adrian Thompson? Who is that? Is that your-
I don't know who is Adrian Thompson.
Kyle is
She's
obsessed
hot.
with the care reaction.
She's kind of hot.
So facetious.
Is that the chick that
facetious
you
with
talked to once or twice?
It is the chick that I talked to
Okay,
once or twice.
that's what I thought.
Yep, it's not on here.
In all reality, I've only actually met the girl once, so it's like,
Oh yeah, you did meet her. She
Yeah.
did. She was at a band.
hi Adrian,
practice.
nice to see you again.
I'm gonna care react to that.
My phone
I
died.
just wish I could hit it right here and see it come up on Dick's screen over there. and
I know. I always like when you watch these things and you see like the flying hearts and
Mhm.
thumbs ups, and it's just like the back and forth stuff. And careful, some of the jokes on that fucking board, man.
Lyric
if you got the
ideas:
picture of it.
1. Korean turtle ships. 2. A Christmas story. 3. Trying something similar but in a lower range.
I mean, the board's not wrong. Those are good ideas.
Yep. Solid. I took this I took that October 13th, 2016.
God. Sometimes I forget just how long, like, this band has been around in various different, like, I mean, like, you know, you got Andreas and Lance, which are, like, the progenitors. They were, like, the OGs.
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, I mean, like, fuck, dude. I mean, you've been here for what? How many years now?
2.
Yeah.
2, but Drench has been, like, my favorite local band for since before you were around, because
Yeah.
after P-Off broke up, Squire and Andres with Lance formed Drench.
Mm-hmm. And I've been with fucking Drench / Arkose since I think 2012, somewhere around there,
Damn.
11, 12. Like it's like maybe even before that, like 11 maybe.
I remember back in the day, like when I was dating Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
long time. That was like 9 years ago. I remember telling her that one of these days.
Galleons. Okay, Adrian.
Whatever.
Wait,
Elite fire ships.
I remember telling Chelsea one time that I was going to buy a bass guitar.
Andreas, it's all about the ballista triremes. I'm just saying right now, fire ballista triremes. That's all it's about. Continue. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
I told Chelsea I was going to buy a bass guitar, so when John gets kicked out of the band, because that was when he was playing bass and singing, and I was like, I'm just going to get a bass
And then you
guitar
asked me to
and
jam
play.
with you, and it was like, well, man, sorry, I already found a band. You were like, fuck!
Yeah, that was Far Cry from Innocence. Like, yeah, I know this guy, Alan. I'm going to give him a call. I was like, I just started jamming with Drench. Son of a... God damn it.
That was pretty fucking funny, though.
Chip's been a band for 5 years.
Damn.
Dude, I remember there was that one night I fucking came over to your house and like we jammed out in your basement like really quick. It was like me, you, I think Tyler was there. I forget who else was there.
Oh yeah,
it was a
like
long
4 in
fucking
the morning.
like Kenny Cole was there, like a few other people, but it was like
I miss Kenny.
we went to the fucking bars. Yeah, that dude's a cool motherfucker. I like that guy. But like we went to the bars and went back to your house and like I think like, you know, the fucking everybody was gone. It was just us hanging out there, and so like got behind there because I accidentally broke one of Mike Smith's drumsticks, and I felt so fucking bad about it. We were sitting there playing, and I'm just like grooving on these like punk rhythms. I'm like, fuck, I broke one of his drumsticks.
I remember Mike was so pissed we get a bad practice. I had forgotten because I was real drunk.
See, he told me that he wasn't that mad because I told him, I messaged him like too, and I was like, hey dude, I'll get you another pair of sticks. He's like, no, that's cool, dude. Don't worry, like it happens.
He was only mad at me. I think it was fine. You were fine. It was just me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he made it
We need
seem
to
like
get
I
Mike
was
back on
fine.
here.
So
yes, we do.
We need to get Mike on here.
He works on nights though.
funny story. So I know he works at nights because he works at Home Depot.
Yeah,
He's Roy. He's Roy's supervisor.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
fucking roommate Roy. He's his supervisor.
When Roy first started working there, Mike sent me a message. He's like, "So everyone at work today kept telling me how the new guy looks exactly like me," and it said it. And I'm like, and the first thing I said was, "Is it Roy?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's fucking Roy."
Nice.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I ran into him before at the vault that same night.
Yeah,
And,
that night was actually like, was it just me or did it seem like everybody and their mother was out that night? Like, I don't know what it was. Like,
It was
I ran
busy.
into between the vault and then I went down to the Blind Pig. And the next time I go out, I'll give you a call.
You better.
I'll go, we'll go
Jesus.
have a beer.
You don't run into me.
But I have that webcam in your shower still. I see enough of you as it is.
Cool.
So
Cool. That's the one I keep
But,
posing for. All right.
he's still
remember
after
who that
7
was.
years, he hasn't found it yet. But no, like it did. Like I don't know about you, but like because I went to the vault into the pig, and it just
That's
seemed
not
like I don't know
Charlie's
whether it
vault.
was like quarantine was like kind of winding down. Everybody was ready to get back out again. The bars are, but like I ran into like 500 fucking people, and like I usually do run into some people I know, but this was like crazy fucking excessive. I could literally
Yeah.
not walk anywhere without like having to talk to somebody, which was fine. Like I don't mind seeing my friends, like it's all good. But I was just like, Jesus Christ,
I was
man.
just like, so Roy was sitting there with Kenny, and I heard him say something about you having a mullet.
A mullet?
And then you pop in there, and I see it. You had a mullet.
I don't have a mullet.
Yeah.
I have long hair.
Well,
I don't have
looked-
I don't have a mullet. I just have long hair. This is just where we're at now.
Well, maybe he was just talking shit, but I saw it.
I saw it.
I saw it.
Who said that? Roy said
That
that?
was Roy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep. Okay. All right, Roy. I got you, baby. I got you. You don't make fun of the hair.
Fuck, I miss Roy.
I told Roy he's gonna have to be on my new podcast.
Got a new podcast?
The Roy cast.
It's in the work. It's a beard podcast.
I should probably hop on that myself.
Y'all should. All of you should. You all have beards. This is like
I don't have a beard.
As I say, I don't know if
I
I'd consider
don't
this
have
much
a
of a
beard.
beard yet, but
Man, it's about the same length as mine.
this is stubble.
It's not about
For
how
you,
long
yeah.
it is, Kyle. It's not how long it is.
Yeah.
It's how you take care of it.
I don't.
I don't do
I
anything
don't.
with it.
Just let it
That is
grow.
like that's like the struggle I'm having with doing it. Is like I know I'm gonna come across like a guest that has a beard, and they're like, and I'm gonna be like, so what do you do? What products do you use? And they're like, I don't do anything. Well,
I do put
there
a little
goes
bit
the
of,
whole conversation.
I do put a little bit of beard oil in every
Yeah.
once, like weekends when I want to feel like fresh.
Yeah,
But that's just because it's like I don't know, it's not as itchy, I guess.
yeah,
Sometimes,
you're probably
but
past the itchy.
I'm
phase.
not like I don't know. Does it help the beard in any way? Like
It's mostly oil's actually mostly for the skin,
okay,
and it's because once your beard gets a certain length, you don't produce enough sebum to actually
Semen?
cover the entire beard.
I produce enough semen.
Kyle's like, I'm gonna
Okay.
stop you right fucking there. All right?
Sebum.
I will cover your entire face.
Ah, sebum. SEBUM. Sebum.
Sebum.
But no. So your
Cover your
your
entire face.
your beard hair basically takes up like all of that and leaves nothing for your skin.
Yeah.
So
If you're looking for a daily facial,
He's got your back, buddy.
Of sebum.
I've said this like a million times, but I've got beard oil up there that smells like Sprite.
like Sprite.
Like
I don't know how I
Sprite.
feel about
Just
that.
pour Sprite.
That is it. So, do you ever like rub this little, or maybe it's just because I get potato chips in there, but do you ever rub this part of your beard and then smell your fingers and go, potato chips, like,
No,
or Cheez-Its?
can't say I have.
Oh, man, I get that all the time.
You know, I got one that smells like Sprite. I got one that smells like Skittles.
Ooh, put them together.
Tempting.
I think you should put the Skittles one in and then rub it over your wife's face and be like, taste the rainbow.
Deal.
Well,
Oh
now.
my god.
What the hell?
Paula
Not-
uses
Not Paula is back.
Paula uses Massengill beard oil. Thanks, Paula.
Never heard of that.
Massengill beard oil.
What
I
do you-
forget-
What do you use?
Whatever I find at Walmart, like
I've got
generic
one.
brand.
I've got one that's got like it's supposed to be like it's like bourbon and tobacco is like kind of the
You know what brand?
flavoring. I'm trying to think of what the hell it is,
Mine's
and I cannot for the life of me
Great
think of like what
Value.
the name of it is. But no, I got it from
Walmart has like
Somewhere.
Primo, Honest Amish, and there's another one.
I don't know.
These sound like weed names, like beard oil. Sounds like fucking weed
Dude,
names.
there's
Kush.
like crazy ones.
This
out
is
there.
White Lightning Ride with fucking
there's
like you know
CBD beard
Pony
oil.
Stance Mark II. Like what the fuck? Like Jesus Christ.
There is CBD beard oil.
I believe it. There's CBD
Do you
everything.
get your beard high?
CBD. Come on, man.
I don't even like. I tried doing it so when my knee was all fucked up, which is
Beard
part of the
feels
reason like
so
I was like
relaxed,
laid up for a
man.
little bit.
Yeah.
I
Beard
tried
feel
doing like some of the
hungry.
CBD. Like I got a bottle of that like CBD shit, and like you're supposed to take like drops under your tongue, and like I tried to like see if I could help like the
I tried
inflammation in my
that.
knee,
It didn't do nothing.
and like no, so the CBD
I
shit
tried
did not
to.
do a fucking thing for me. And then finally one night I just got mad because I was like, this is just the biggest ripoff in the history of the planet, and I drank like half the fucking bottle. I just drank it like I literally like a shot. I just fucking took it. Woke up in the morning. Knee was feeling a little bit better. It was like about 15% of the swelling went down. I was like, oh, so it's all just in the dosage. Like I just got to get it a fucking IV of it. and
It
that's
kind of
fine, but
is.
yeah.
So, listening to Joe Rogan, like any other white-blooded American, red-blooded American, whatever the saying is. I don't know.
White-blooded American.
Red-blooded American.
Oh, Dave.
That's what he said.
So he has this thing called CBDMD.com, and he says there's a CBD roller. It's like a lidocaine thing where you roll a
Oh,
muscle
God.
or whatever. I got them. They're great. They're great. It's like $75 for like 1,000 milligram
Jesus.
one, but that's like the highest dose you
Yeah.
can get. I tried the 350 and that was like $30.
Yeah.
Didn't do shit.
Yeah. This like even like there was somewhere the other night, and the guy had like he was like smoking like a CBD like cigarette type thing. I took a hit off that, and I was like, it just didn't fucking do anything like at all, like therapeutic wise or whatever the hell else, you know. Like it
Yeah.
just I don't know. Like I guess I just don't get it. Like it just doesn't do anything for me. So it's like
I tried vaping CBD for a while.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting enough, and then the little cartridge would be gone by the time I got anything.
You know.
I stopped doing that. I did consider getting like an actual.
That's why it's all about the black tar heroin and cocaine. Just throwing that out there. If you
But-
can't fix your problems with that, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start doing that until I can use a vape pen to get it though.
You want to vape some
Vape
coke?
your heroin.
That's pretty much that's crack or crystal meth. That's pretty much crystal meth at that
Yeah,
point.
Put it in a cartridge and give me a vape pen.
That is going to be the next big fucking trend in drugs. People are going to start vaping crystal meth.
Probably.
Ugh, I bet there already are.
Oh God, it wouldn't surprise me. They'll invent anything in Indiana.
You love crystal meth, but are sick of having your teeth rot out? Well, try vaping.
Yeah.
Crystal meth.
Try putting it up
And
your
then,
butt.
and then the fucked up thing is you'll have so many people that are going to be like, well, no, it's so much cleaner because it's like, no, you're doing fucking crystal meth, you
still
fucking
meth.
idiot. You're just smoking it differently than you fucking were.
No,
Like,
you'll have the everyday conundrum of like, well, I need to make more crystal meth for my vape pen, so I'm going to take the battery out of the vape pen. But then the vape pen doesn't work, so I can't get the crystal meth. God damn.
back to the spoon.
The thing is, those meth heads, they're so fucking industrious. Because they
Fucking
want that
MacGyvers.
goddamn meth.
They
They're
are.
going to make it.
They're like little druggy MacGyvers.
That was like fucking.
MacGyver.
There's a
Episode title.
there's a
Little
Druggie
Druggie
MacGyvers.
MacGyvers.
There's an, and you got to start it with there was a Dennis Leary did a comedy routine called No Cure for Cancer like way back in the fucking day.
90s, yeah.
And he had a fucking
where
one
he
thing in
did
there,
the
and he was
asshole
like, "Yeah, and
song.
I quit doing fucking coke and speed and fucking weed. It wasn't that I quit smoking weed because I didn't like it anymore. I just got sick of building shit. It got too fucking out of hand. It was like, I'm used to just rolling a fucking joint. Next thing you know, I got a bong with 18 moving parts. It's like a fucking machine, like."
I love that stand-up special.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
fucking
where he
great.
does the asshole song.
Yep. Woke up one day and I was like, "Fuck! I gotta slow down. Give me an 8-ball and a case of Budweiser. I gotta be kind of calm this weekend."
I see you care reacted.
Yeah, a couple
That's right.
times.
Oh, a couple times. Nice.
I'm like,
The
Oh,
care
wow. They
reaction.
actually have that in the...
boom.
Normally
So
they
if
don't
I
have
like
these down there.
see, I'm trying to care react, but like fucking, it's gonna. I can't like.
You got to scroll over.
Well, I do, but it's. Oh, now it's
see?
because it was snapping back.
Just hit it a bunch of times.
There we go.
care.
Flood it.
I just
Oh,
care
Lord.
reacted. Everybody's care.
I love doing
Let's just
that to
be-
live streams. Just
I did that with Brandon Edging did a live stream, and for like a solid minute and a half, I was just putting the heart reactors.
was that the one? was that
Did you
social
see the one that I
distance
did? The one where I was doing it with him. It was like me,
Yeah.
him, and Brett. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that one was fucking fun. That was
Dude, I wish I could
We
have
got
sat and watched that. but-
fucked up. That
Yeah, I wish
God,
I
it
could
was
have been
great.
over there for that. That would have been so fun. When you
Dude,
were
it
doing
was.
that.
We talked about doing another one and like doing some other like fucking like live streaming shit. It just never came about. But
Who angry
Dude.
That's
reacted?
it. That was not Paula. How
Wow.
fitting.
this is gonna annoy the shit out of everybody. Here we go.
No, I love doing
It's
that
like
to
Mortal
live streams.
Kombat. It's the ultimate button masher. You just keep
My
pressing
phone's
the...
dead, but just imagine I'm doing it too.
Watch this. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm going between everything. Oh god, the angry one I hit by.
I've never actually seen it happen live, so okay, there. That's
Oh,
what.
man, this
so
is like
that's what it
bubbles.
looks like.
Looks like a carbonated podcast.
I'm just fucking. Let's throw a teardrop in there because we're crying because we're so happy about how well the podcast is going.
And there's
There we go.
laughter, there's sadness, and the wow, and caring, and
All right.
love, and
Respect.
Everything that.
I've just always wondered what that looks like when I'm doing it to the person viewing it.
Now,
Nice.
now you know.
Now I know.
Now your analytics are gonna go through the fucking roof because you're gonna go look at that and their Facebook's gonna be like, wow, this guy, everybody loves this guy's
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
They
podcast.
love him. They
Fuck
hate
yeah.
him. They're crying. Every
Yeah.
emotion.
It's
It's
great.
like a great movie.
Check out
It's like an
this
episode
podcast.
of Dynasty in this motherfucker, dude. Everybody's losing their shit.
Not Paula says finish him. I love those posts that are like, they get every single react, and they're like, I finally finished the Infinity React.
I almost don't like. I hardly ever post on Facebook or do anything on Facebook.
know.
And it's funny because like I'll post like some. Well, I know, but I'm just saying like I'll post something and then it'll get like fucking like 52 people like will like it and love it. And I'm just like,
Who are you?
I think that's the way to be like more viral about being on your social media is like save your bullshit and post shit that actually matters once in a while. And then people will definitely pay attention to that.
Well,
That's like my social media like life hack. Like
the
don't
thing is,
constantly
you
post
got-
bullshit all the time.
You got people like
Pick and
you
choose.
that just like you post when it means something.
Yeah.
And you got people that post like their family stuff, and you got people that just post, and then you got people like me
Yeah.
that are the total shit posters.
Fucking
Shit
troll.
Shit posters, meme lord.
You and Zildjian, Jesus, it's like half my fucking feed.
Zildjian's like he just finds the stupidest shit he can post and he posts it.
Multiple times.
He finds the stupidest, most absurd shit he can post and he posts it. Me, I'm just like scrolling through. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Oh wow, that's pretty political, and I agree with it. Share.
I wait and say something completely like off the mark and dark and shit like that, and then I watch my friend count go down.
Yes. I
And then I think I can do better next time.
The thing is, I don't
Try
have
to
I
top
don't
that.
have the patience to even like get involved. Like when people like post like political stuff, for example, like you know, my friends who know me know my views on shit, and we've had conversations, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And like I just know that like if I get on there, and like most of the time, honestly, like my opinions would probably fall in line with what a lot of people that I'm friends with would think, and it's not a big deal. But there's occasionally where it doesn't, and that's the point where it's like, do I want to spend the next 8 hours of my day not even reading the comments, just clearing them out of my fucking, fucking whatever account it's on, because I just don't want to have 93 new notifications because
Yeah.
somebody's trying to get into a fucking argument with me on shit. It's like, no, like, what the fuck? And there's so many people, that's all they want to do. They just want to get into an argument with you. They don't even want to fucking talk. They don't want to have a conversation. They don't want to listen to what you have to say.
I've been really bad about it
But-
lately.
Yeah, you have.
It seems weird.
Yeah.
It
I've been
seems
so
weird
bad
that
about
somebody
it.
would go on somebody else's Facebook page like just to argue.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of people do it.
a lot of people do, and
Well,
I
it's
guess I
because
don't get
social
it.
media has become.
It's the same to me. It's like when you watch a YouTube video for anybody, any fucking band ever. Like watch a YouTube video and then look at the comments. Like 98% of them are just like haters saying why this video sucks and why the song is
Then why the
terrible
fuck are you
and why
here?
nobody should listen to it. And it's like, well, you're adding to those numbers. Like
Yeah.
if you don't want to listen to it, then just don't.
You
Shut
wanna-
the fuck up.
You
and
want to
go
see
away.
a real shit show in both comments and original post? Go to Trap's fucking Twitter or Facebook.
I've been trying to follow that whole thing.
I have been following that a little bit.
Jesus,
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
that guy.
Was he trying to start beef with
I think
Ice-T?
that
Ice-T,
dude has
That's
to
the
be
wrong
doing
fuck guy
this
to
just
fuck-
because he
beef with.
knows that it's just making them relevant now.
He totally
in any
is.
way that they can
Well,
be.
He's
like,
got to
but,
because
I mean,
they got a new CD coming out.
Did
He's
they?
got to make sure
Yeah.
people keep coming to his page and seeing that shit.
like, and honestly, it's one of those things. It's like if
He's-
you
he's
wa-
one
if,
of-
it's like if you watch like pro wrestling, like they've got their heels, the guys
They
that are
do.
the bad guys,
Yeah.
and they've got the good guys. And like honestly, being the bad guy, it will get you just as much attention as being the
Right.
fucking good guy.
He
And
just
the
always-
way you spin it,
he
if
always
you don't
seemed-
care,
Always seemed like a very very headstrong guy to me.
You're right.
Yeah, it's just always
You
seemed
know,
very
I
headstrong.
get it.
So the crazy thing is,
well, he can take on anyone.
I know.
I don't-
Back off. He'll
Yeah,
take you
he'll
on.
I know
take
you were
on.
wrong.
Yeah, well, he's headstrong. He's headstrong.
that CD came out in 2000. This is 2020.
Can
They're
anyone
putting out
name me
another CD.
3 more trap songs other than that? I'm just curious.
Didn't they do?
Lost Realist, Waiting, Echoes?
You're not proving my point. here.
Trapped in the closet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to. Still frame. Still
Only
frame. Was
One
that
in Color.
was that
Still-
Trap?
still, I think
Who's
That was
going
the
on
other
with you
big
tonight?
song off of that album, right?
Echo.
Still frame.
Still Frame and Echo.
I don't remember Echo, and
You-
I
you
vaguely
know-
remember
you would know
still.
it if you heard it. I guarantee
Maybe,
it.
maybe.
I saw
And the
a
next-
long time ago. It was like long time ago. We're talking like I don't know, maybe like 2004, 2003 maybe.
That was a long time
I
ago.
saw fucking. It was Trapped in 3 Days Grace at the Congress
That
in
sounds
Chicago. And it was funny about that show because 3 Days Grace actually was pretty good live. I actually didn't mind. Like I'm not
Yeah.
like super into them, but a buddy of mine had tickets and wanted to go. And it was an all right show. But the one thing I remember most about that show with Trapped was just the fucking lights were so stupid. Like whoever like their light guy was, literally it was just crowd blinders the entire time. I knew there were so many people that literally could not look at the stage because they just crowd blind the entire time. So just everybody went to the bar while they were playing and the entire floor just cleared out. Like everyone was just crowded by the bar getting fucking wasted.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Just a
because
bunch of.
you couldn't watch the show. You couldn't watch the show at all.
Right.
It was just getting blinded by
Yeah,
the
but
light.
you all had something in common. You couldn't see, and you all hate your dad. So,
I don't hate my dad.
well, you were at a Trapped show with 3 Days Grace. I just assumed
Yeah.
No,
you
no.
hated
That's
your
pretty-
father.
That's a pretty fair
That's
assumption.
textbook. I
Yeah.
hate my dad music.
No, there were other
right.
there were other
Doesn't
issues there. There were
understand
other
me.
issues I'll go into later.
I'm real deep and stuff. My girlfriend broke up with me in high school, and I'm 45 now.
The girlfriend that
Still mad
had the
about it.
girlfriend that had daddy issues. That's everybody. It follows full circle.
No, Trapped had like 3 solid CDs, I think, like right off the bat, and then they
I
fell
don't even
off.
think their first one was solid.
I
was
literally,
okay-ish.
yeah.
Well, okay, so
But
you
it
got
wasn't-
Headstrong,
Yeah.
but then you don't have any other songs like that on that album. So there's a reason that was a single, because it's easily the best song on the album.
Andre says, "Thanks, Alan. I did lights for Trap 2002 to 2004."
And I hope you feel horrible about what you did, and I
That
hope
is
that you
one
feel
thing.
shame and disaccomplishment, and I hope that everything in your life because of that moment that you did lights for Trap from the moment of 2002 to 2004, I hope that that's just done nothing but just fuck you up, man. And there it is.
That is one thing I love about Andreas is his sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
He can just pop it out like that. I would never think to say some shit like that.
And he's not kidding either.
He did.
Is what's scary
It's
about
such
that.
a joke. It's such a joke that he did that.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe we talked about Trapped for that long.
Well, they're super relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about them for
Surprisingly.
longer than they were relevant initially.
we probably
Oh.
just I don't know, like
Get
because
that Trapped.
because we mentioned their name, the fucking analytics on this are gonna go through the roof and go back, and that's just gonna inflate their Spotify numbers again. Now it's
That
gonna
or
do
he's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
like the dude from Trapped is gonna see this episode and he's
Mhm.
gonna be like, those sons of bitches.
Oh, I'm totally gonna
Those
put
motherfuckers.
Trapped
Motherfuckers.
in the search tags for this.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Just tag them right now. On the comments.
Andreas, everyone else was lying to you, and I'm leaving that issue at that. He says everyone else told me they loved it. Well, they were lying.
Yeah, they also couldn't see after it.
Yeah.
Probably had a few epileptic seizures.
Yeah.
They were-
Strokes.
They were probably thinking to themselves, "Please help me because I'm breaking down."
poor-
Was that a Trapped song? Was that Trapped or was that somebody else? Please
Yeah,
help me because I'm
Breaking
breaking
down.
down.
These walls
Yeah,
are
it's
so
these
big,
walls.
blah 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 blah.
That's the same CD. That's the same CD as Headstrong.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's podcast title.
Trapped under-
Trapped Under Ice.
Trapped under.
We already have a song or episode title, and it's Little Druggie.
I don't remember now.
Little Druggie MacGyvers.
Little
I had it written down. I just didn't want to pull it up.
little druggy MacGyvers.
Trapped
Trapped Under Ice.
Ice.
That sounds like a shitty cover band that does like Trapped Under Oath and Iced Earth covers. It's just all rolled into one fucking
Trapped
With
band.
Under
Metallica
Ice.
vocals.
That's a Metallica song. It's
Yeah.
Oh, Trapped Under Ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
on
Well,
Ride the Lightning.
Damn right it
I
is.
think. Yeah.
God.
Okay. I was right.
Cause I'm trapped under ice.
I only know that song because of
See,
fucking.
wouldn't it be
Guitar Hero
cooler though if it
World
was
Tour.
a super group with Trapped, Under Oath, and then all of the ices: Cube, Vanilla, and T.
Oh,
All the ices.
that would be badass. That would be badass.
Have you guys ever seen Iced Earth live?
No, I never have.
Crazy show.
No.
I
We
mean,
could
it's
throw
just-
them in there,
it's-
too,
It's
but-
straight up power metal. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love me
Great.
some power metal.
My phone's on
Metallica
10%.
Trapped mashup band.
All right, phone's on 10%. Time to go.
Alan's not watching anymore.
Yep.
I don't even see the point of
just
going on.
Dropped our count down significantly.
Damn.
No more clout for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit, we went from 9 to 6. All three of them were you.
Like Beatallica. I actually know what Beatallica is.
Beatallica's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
the Hey Dude.
Hey, dude.
The take on Hey Jude. It's some
Oh
interesting
wait,
stuff.
someone already did that. Fuck, I thought me and Mike were originals. Fuck when we did that. God damn it.
And it's copyright, so now you owe money to people.
Yeah,
So that's-
you,
just-
can
yeah,
find that
it-
shit at FYE.
Fuck.
Fuck. I miss Hot Topic selling music.
Actually, there were some good fucking finds there back in the
Yeah.
day.
I got the Death Album 3 there.
I got I think my very first Poison the Well record came from
Poison
the
there.
Well.
Yeah.
So
That's a good
that's a
band.
name that's been coming up in my life a lot recently, and I never heard them.
Really?
I listened to like one song the other
Go
day.
listen to
Oh,
Nerdy.
dude, fucking Opposite of December.
Slit
fucking
Paper Wrist, Nerdy.
dude,
Opposite
yeah.
of Center was a fucking just good
Amazing
album. in
album.
general.
Apparently, they were like a staple in metalcore.
Yes. I would
So-
say, yeah, Poison the Well, Converge, like some of those.
And then if you really want to
Converge.
go
Yeah.
back to the day, if you really want to get crazy, fucking old Buried Alive and Figure 4, those fucking bands that no one even knows about
I don't know
anymore.
about them.
Yeah.
I've been getting super into old hardcore shit.
Yeah.
Like Earth Crisis and
Fuck yeah.
Judge and shit like that.
Madball.
Madball.
Yeah.
A little bit of Madball.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. I thought it was crazy. One time we were driving down to Attica for drench practice, and Andreas brought up Diecast.
Oh, Diecast is good.
Fuck,
They were good.
I didn't think anybody knew about Diecast.
Mhm.
I didn't know how like big a deal they were. So like
That
when
fucking the beat they got in that fucking like that pendulum song where the chorus is like a swinging pendulum. It's fucking like just all crazy and slow. Oh, that
Bolt
shit's
Thrower.
awesome.
Fucking Bolt Thrower. Yeah. Fuck yeah, Bolt Thrower.
And then you got the really old school shit. If for those that know, the fucking Vision of Disorder, that was a fucking band that
Yeah.
was absolutely fucking amazing.
Don't know that one.
18 Visions when they were still
18
hardcore.
Visions.
Before
yeah.
they became fashion core.
Before they got fashion
Became
core,
fashion
yeah.
core.
Oh man, I have
Vanity was the fucking
I have one
stellar
CD
album.
of 18 Visions, and it was like when I was like, it was one of the bands I got into in like my sophomore year. I think it was the one with Victim on it.
Yeah, that was the fashion core 18 Visions. I
I
think
wanna
that
say-
I
was
like that CD.
self-titled.
A
It
lot.
was good. It was like a good rock album,
Yeah.
I
I
guess.
want to
but
say I
but
saw
I
them
never
live
heard-
with Kill Switch like a long
They
time
did.
ago.
I've
and that
seen
was like,
Kill Switch
What's
a couple
crazy
of times.
is, so I was Doc Coyle from God Forbid. He's got a podcast called
Mhm.
the X-Man Podcast
Yeah.
where he basically interviews It started out as like
God forbid it was another badass band no one
Right.
talks about anymore.
Well, he had Brock Lindau from 36 Crazy Fist on in this most recent episode, and they were talking about 18 Visions and touring with 18 Visions and Killswitch Engage and all that. So I was like, so that's funny you mentioned that, but
Yeah.
I've got a picture of me in 18 Visions at one of the Warped Tours.
very nice.
Actually, now that I think about it, 36 Crazy Fists fucking opened that show for 18 Visions and Killswitch. That was pretty fucking
Fuck,
sweet.
I love 36 Crazy Fist.
They are badass, and they're from fucking Alaska.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was a
Jesus.
good movie. Oh, wait.
Andrea says even the album with no original members is awesome. Diecast.
Yeah.
I need to check out. I really need to get into Diecast. Like that was a band that I really liked when it popped up on Pandora,
Mhm.
and I just never got into them. But I have a bunch of their music.
Yeah.
So
I love the Gorilla Biscuits.
Fuck yeah. Start today.
Fuck yeah, that's good shit.
I don't know that shit.
They had
It's
one
good
album, and it was that. Start today.
They had one album. It was that.
I really like Grave Ripper.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
them too.
I got their new shirt. It's a raglan, and this is one of the shirts they sold on. Like they decided. So Bandcamp's been doing this crazy thing where they're like letting the artists have like 100% of their profits, like on certain days.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And so Corey Parks decided that all their merch sales and CD sales from that day were gonna go towards like some Black Lives Matter shit.
I think it was like the bailout.
Yeah, the bailout fund. So they're using all the funds from that to donate, which is awesome. So, yep,
They're a good band.
I bought this shirt and a hat, so
I
pretty stoked about that.
Friday I drank a lot of beer with their guitar player.
Oh, really? You actually get to see Ray.
He lives like 5 minutes from my
Yeah.
house.
Still nice. I miss Ray. I miss all of those guys. I can't wait to see him again.
I tried.
Is it the same Ray that I'm thinking of? Or is
Ray
it-
Carlisle?
Yeah.
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 I haven't talked to that dude in fucking forever.
Oh shit, we got Zach Dickman in here. What up, Zach?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey,
And Ryan Smith says Kyle is
Hey!
sexy.
You know it.
You know it.
You know it.
Yeah, I can't
El
wait to see Grave
Sexo
Ripper
and
again.
Fuego.
they were great.
Really?
Last time I
Dude,
saw them was
yeah.
that Lucifer show.
It's so
Right before the
cool because
quarantine.
it's Narrow House, but it's not Narrow House.
Yeah.
And you're like, and there's like this there's this air about the whole thing. Like, are they about to whip out a Narrow House song? Are they about to play something like we know and love? Oh shit, no, they didn't. They're just gonna play their new shit, which is awesome still.
It's still good.
It's still kick ass. So
I remember watching Narrow House back in the fucking day, man. That was like old shit.
oh,
Right there.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm the only idiot willing to get a Narrow House tattoo.
I'm the only idiot with the Yesterday's Chips tattoo. It's not true. Tyler's got
I'll
one.
totally get a Yesterday's Chips tattoo. I've
Do
been
it.
saying it for years, but I'm gonna do it.
Do it. Right here.
No, I'm not doing that.
Right here.
I do want to add it like over and
Get some face
somewhere
tats, dude.
over.
Post Malone it.
I'm not
This
getting
ties back
face
full
tattoos.
circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
I'm not
So
getting face
chips.
tattoos.
It does.
Yep.
It's a full circle.
Full circle.
Yep. Have to
Not
maybe under your
kidding.
eyelids or something.
I'm
like
not
yesterday's
doing that.
Chips.
Get a sweet
No.
tongue tat.
I think you'd have to split some of the letters up to make it
Yeah.
fit, like yesterday's chips.
Yesterday's.
Yesterday's
Piaf Narrow House.
chips.
Yeah.
Did
Let
we
me
play
guess.
with Narrow
Piaf played
House?
with Narrow House at the Skylight Cafe.
I don't fucking remember that. Maybe we did. Maybe it was after I
That's-
quit. I don't know.
That's where I saw Narrow House the most was the Skylight Cafe.
We played Skylight Cafe like once, and I don't think we were ever allowed to play there again.
I remember
'Cause
seeing
I
a
believe
show.
that was a Christian coffee house.
My buddy
wasn't it?
Jonesy's band.
They
Bitch.
frowned on the cursing. I know that much.
Yeah.
But my grandmother was at that show.
I think my buddy's band, the Chaplain, played there, and fucking I forget who else played with them. But yeah, like I remember I went to a Skylight show one time back in the day before I even knew who anybody was, because I wasn't my music scene I was involved with was all up north, up in fucking
Yeah.
Hammond and like Chicago area. So like
Yeah.
down here I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
So I went like to fucking like a Skylight, and I saw a show there, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fucking hilarious. A hardcore show in a fucking coffee shop, like
Yeah.
whatever. And then I got the pleasure of seeing the lawnmower incident live. That was an interesting show. That was over at the old Muse.
Andrea says, "Yep, we played lots post Kyle."
Yeah, but they changed their. They at least had the respect to like change their name, or the decency
Yeah.
behind Dying Eyes. I always thought it was lifted from a Slayer song. I'm like,
guys-
oh, real cool guys,
You
real
guys
cool.
remember Basilisk?
I
Yep.
do remember playing with them.
Oh shit! What was their gimmick? Like they had all bases, or like
I don't think they had. I don't
Bass
think
in
they
your
had a
face.
gimmick. I think they were just a legit, like, cool kind of hardcore band. I don't remember. There was a lot of bands back then. So
Was
I
that
don't know.
Noe's band?
I have no idea. I just remember.
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
saw them. They played.
That was one of them.
At the Skylight.
He had another band,
and
too,
I
with,
just thought they were all douchebags.
with Kevin Pereira.
Yeah,
was the
Kevin
other-
Pereira was in
Oh
Basilisk.
shit, Kevin
he-
was
Heavy
in that?
P was
But they
there.
had
Get outta
another
here.
band. Noah and Kevin had another band. I can't remember what the fuck they were called for the life of me. And I don't even remember if Basilisk was their band. Sangreal? Does that sound familiar?
That
to
sounds-
anybody?
Yeah, it does.
Sangreal,
Yeah.
maybe? I don't remember.
Noe
Yeah.
played in one of them. I know Noe a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know Noe.
I know Kevin.
Yeah, this
I
this
know
this was all a
Kevin.
scene I was nowhere near
We
a
all
part
know
of.
Kevin.
But
Kyle and I covered Big Bottom at work yesterday.
We did. Yeah. Spinal Tap. A little bit of Spinal Tap.
Man, I saw. Do you guys remember the band Thor?
I don't.
Yeah, they didn't play much.
I know Thor, the guy.
I
Neither does anybody
I saw
else.
Their very first show. They opened. That was my very first show ever to go to and see, and that was so. It was Thor and Narrow House at the Skylight.
Sweet.
And that was my first experience with live music.
Nice.
That was. Yeah, Sangreal turned into Basilisk.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember the name of this band that I remember seeing with Narrows back in the day when it was like when I started listening to like Theophagy. I think it might have been that.
Theophagy.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I
I
remember
love
seeing those guys live.
Theophagy.
Yeah, because I think the one guy that played bass, Dan Dugard, rings a bell. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was him. I knew some of those dudes from when I was in school and whatnot, and that's I kind of met some people through some people, and yeah, I remember
Okay.
seeing them play live, and that was
Yeah, their
That was
drummer
pretty
Rem
fucking
is
cool.
badass. He's got a
he was like a
band.
skinny
Yeah,
little kid.
he
wasn't
played
Yeah.
with he toured with Jungle Rot.
Okay.
Did Mayhem Festival with them and
No
a bunch
shit.
of other shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I saw them, like he was crazy because he was using like triggers on his drum set too
Yeah,
back then. I was
yeah.
like, wow, this kid's got fucking triggers on his
Yeah,
drum set.
so
Like,
Cody
shit.
Clem, like he based like his entire drumming style off of Rem
Oh wow.
and learned from Rem, and you can tell, you can
Yeah.
definitely tell. I mean, it's not a bad style to learn because he was very, for as death metal-y as that band was, it was very proggy as well.
Yeah.
So it was like death metal band with prog drums.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty. I remember seeing them. Like I remember they played like a live show. I want to say it might have been like back when like Record Store Day did their shit like behind like the old like
Mhm.
before it was Jimmy John's and before it was like Vaughn's when it was like what was Love Shack when it was still there. Yeah, they were doing like shows back there and they rounded out the night and I was like holy fuck.
Who are you talking about, Andreas? Are you talking about Theophagy? Because he says their guitar player looked like that Geico caveman. He was badass, and they had like that 17-year-old drum god.
That'd probably be that's.
See, I don't know.
He looked like he was 17.
I
but-
think Rem is older than me, or he's at least the same age, but I don't know. And the guitar player, I don't know. They had two guitarists. One was Brian Rush. Brian Rush is a really cool dude. He's out in he did Mountain Grave,
Okay.
and he's out in Washington now, I think.
I never met him, but I know of him.
Sangreal. He's talking about Sangreal.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, fucking Theophagy. They had that badass Bloodbath cover of Eaton. Oh man, I loved it when I saw Theophagy because they were so fucking heavy for Lafayette, and
That was like some of the first like taste of like having because I mean that was a long fucking for me anyway. That was a long time ago, and it's like I didn't like I said I was playing music up north with my band up there, and like I didn't know shit about what was going on down here, and that was like one of the first bands I really saw
Yeah.
down here. And I was like, oh, that's fucking rad.
we had
Oh yeah.
we had some kick-ass bands back in the day. I mean, we had Human Filleted and Gorgasm's still kind of going.
We played with Human Filleted once.
Sarcophagy
And GCR.
Short Bus,
Short Bus.
GCR.
I remember Short Bus.
GCR, fucking Girls Cry Rape, The Shipwrecked.
Rose for Emily.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's one I know of. That was.
I know that name. The Lawnmower Incident.
Yeah.
California Caller.
I love that name for a band, the Lawnmower. It's like I don't know, like, that just sounds
Yeah.
like from what I remember, I don't even remember if they were any good or not. But like, because I saw them live like once or twice. But like, that name, I've always just loved that name. It's like, dude, like how much crazy, like, what's the name of your band? The Lawnmower Incident. Like,
there was
oh,
this one
okay.
band that played at the Hilltop a lot, and every time they played, they changed their name. They're like, yeah, we thought that last name was stupid, so we changed it. And it was like a two-piece band, and so drummer, guitarist, vocalist, and like the only name I remember them ever having was Equine Influenza. Yep.
Man, I remember going to the Hilltop shows, seeing a bunch of shit.
GZR is way better. What's GZR?
I'm assuming it's Geezer
Geezer? Or unless he's talking
from
about
Sabbath.
unless he's talking about girls
think
cry
that's-
rape.
I thought it was the Ghostbusters theme, man.
GZR.
Gozer Zool
Isn't
repercussions.
that what the bass player from Black Sabbath went?
Yeah,
went
Geezer
by?
Butler.
Geezer Butler.
Yeah, didn't he have a solo project called
I have no
GZR?
idea.
though?
I have no
Maybe
idea.
not. I don't know. Could be wrong.
I don't know much about them. I'm ignorant.
Oh man, you need to go learn yourself some Sabbath.
I need
Get
to learn me some Sabbath.
Get learned.
Yeah, he says yep. Yeah, I miss those old days. The scene was great back then, and it was great for
I
the
thought-
longest time. I feel like
Let's
it's
say
kind of
2006, 2007, 2008. I feel like was the peak
07.
in my eyes. I guess. And
07 was when I first started going.
that was the Downtown Records
Yeah.
days, and
I remember hearing a lot of stories about Downtown. I never got
Uh,
a chance to go there, but
Haste the Day played
Yeah, it's
there.
the Calico
Yeah.
system.
Calico System played there. Heavy Low. Fucking. The
I wish I could have
Means.
saw Haste today.
Yeah,
Fuck.
they were good.
That's another band I love that came out of that era, like Burning Bridges. What a fucking
Oh,
great
yeah.
CD.
no.
Pressure the Hinges. That's some like classic metalcore right there.
We haven't talked about my favorite Lafayette band.
Yesterday's Chips.
No,
Dave and
fuck them.
Linders?
Fuck them too. Mound
Band of-
Builders.
Band of
That's
One?
my
Mound
by far
Builders,
my
yeah.
favorite.
Mound Builders
yeah.
are good. I do like
That's
them.
my favorite Lafayette beer.
I mean that too.
Demericus.
Demericus.
Demericus,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
Indianapolis.
They're out of. Oh
They're
yeah,
out of Indianapolis.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Gwen Stacy was Indianapolis.
drummer was in
Stacy.
Skeleton
Gwen
Witch.
Stacy,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yes.
Demericus' drummer was in Skeleton Witch.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Was a drummer, bass player.
What's the
No, it's drummer.
Iron Reagan has some people, don't they?
Iron Reagan.
Iron Reagan has from Municipal Waste.
Oh, okay. There's somebody else in Skeleton Witch that does another band around Indy. I feel like.
Demericus, I thought.
No, I'm thinking it. I know it's not Demericus. It's something else.
Lair of the Minotaur.
Fuck, I don't know. It's not that. If I hear it, I'll know it. But
Lair of the Minotaur's from Indianapolis too. They're like death metal.
I like.
I think John Mellencamp's from Indiana.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Michael
Dick the
Jackson's from Gary.
Read the headline and read the comment. That's how you
Leaves.
start. That's how you start popping some shit off.
I guess.
Well, what you got over there, Alan?
Just
I
fucking
used to drive by Michael. I used to work up in Gary. I used to drive by Michael Jackson's house.
the headline.
It was on Jackson Street.
Left on
Oh,
there
of
also.
course.
Yeah, I think it was named that after.
I was like, that's how you fucking start an argument right there. I was like, oh damn,
Wow.
people getting ballsy. And no, we're not going to go into what that says on the air.
super secret.
Ghost of Maine, best metalcore prog played DTR. All these abbreviations, I don't know what they are.
Downtown Records.
Oh,
is
Downtown Records.
Yeah.
DTR,
I never got to go to Downtown
DDR,
Records.
Dance Dance Revolution.
I went to Really Brothers once, well after they closed. They just did like a one-show thing. Flaw played there.
Oh, nice. Really Brothers actually used to have a lot of, like, I remember, like, Seven
Yeah.
Dust played there, fucking
Yeah.
Drowning
Yeah.
Pool played there, like,
Disturbed was supposed to play
supposed to play there and they
there. Megadeth
canceled.
played there.
Supposedly because the stage was too small.
Yeah,
But
stupid.
rumors.
Yeah, I saw Flaw there with Narrow House opened up for him, and it was just like a bunch of bands. Like, there's one band there that I really loved, and I'll never remember what their name was. I'll never know who they
was
were.
was it Trapped?
No.
Just out of curiosity? Was
Against
it-
all odds.
Flaw played, and I didn't really stay too long during that set, and because I wasn't too impressed with them. I mean, this was 2010.
It wasn't Trapped. It was Stuck. STUK.
Stuck Mojo? There's a
Stuck.
there's a band no
There
one
is a
talks
band
about
over there.
anymore. That's
I think it
Stuck
was
Mojo.
2009, 2010. Flaw played at Really Brothers, and
I've always liked Flaw. They're pretty good.
yeah, I love. And then it turns out that did you see all that drama like last year with their
How they stole. all
Oh,
their
the
music or
guitarist was
whatever.
stealing
Yeah, and
riffs
then
off
like,
people
the
on
rest of them
YouTube
are
and
like-
shit. Yeah.
the rest of them were like, yeah, he's fired. We had nothing to do with that, nor did we know.
Yeah.
It's like okay.
Me and Lance went and saw them down at God, it wasn't the I&I, like Sarge's or something like that
I would
down in
like to see
Danville. They were
Yeah.
actually, it was a really good fucking show, man.
I
Like, they
really so that CD that came
hung out with them afterwards.
The CD that came out right when I was still in Drench. United United We Fall.
Yeah.
I love that CD.
So funny story about that. The first time I ever saw Flaw live was over at the House of Blues up in Chicago, and they were opening up. So it was a cool show because Mudvayne was headlining,
Ooh,
and then
fuck
Flaw
yes.
opened up, and then 40 Below Summer was playing in the fucking middle. And if anyone's never listened to that band, they're fucking amazing. They're
Yeah.
great. Their first 2 albums are just absolute gold. But it was funny because like after Flaw gets done playing down in Danville, their bass player and their drummer, I'm bullshitting with them at the bar. And Flaw got cut off like 3 songs into their set when I saw him at the House of Blues. Like literally a dude came out and pulled the fucking curtain shut like while they were playing. And I was always just like, oh, did they just get booed off the stage? Or like I didn't think they got that bad of a reaction. Like what happened? So I remember like I actually asked the dude about it, and he was like, oh no, it was fucked up because like we were running late and we got there like literally like we showed up as we were supposed to be going on because our shit broke down or whatever. So they let us do like 2-3 songs, and then they had to fucking kick us off to get ready for it. It's set times, you know. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. But it's funny. He was like, oh man, like it's crazy you were there for that show. Remember that? And then he calls the bass player, and we ended up having like a fucking 30-minute conversation just about how nuts that night was for him. I was like, that's kind of fucking neat. But
Nice.
I finally know what happened now that night that those curtains got fucking closed.
Closure. Not to change the subject or anything.
Well,
but
you're about to.
I'm going to, yes. I've been watching this on my phone the whole time, and just like 2 minutes ago, it started doing the subtitles. There are subtitles now.
There are subtitles.
Yep.
I have
We
no
have-
idea why. It just started. I'm looking down.
The
I'm like,
stenographer's right back there.
oh.
Yeah, she's back there.
The home stenographer.
Yeah.
I was
Her
also
name's
going to ask, can you
Stella.
Brought to you by Stenco.
can you put a urinal or something on the green screen so I can go piss?
Do you know where the pisser is?
No, it'd just be a lot cooler if there was a urinal
would
on
be.
that green
To
screen.
piss in.
Yeah. Just change it around.
The live people
I'm
can't
sorry,
see what's
not
going
the
on. It's just a green. You just see the black edge of it.
You could just piss over there by the fucking 12-year-old beer that he's got in the fucking
Give
refrigerator.
me one of those bottles.
No, it is probably time. We should probably getting stopping this. So
I got wrestling to watch.
yeah, I got some food to eat. I'm probably gonna get some Five Guys now that it's open.
You would.
Yeah, you sound like you'd get some Five Guys.
I'm gonna.
56 feet of dick with 5 guys. That's the name of the fucking DVD right there, coming out next month. Look for it, y'all.
56 feet of dick and 5 guys.
Well, thank you guys for coming over.
Yeah, no
Having a
problem.
good
Thanks for
time.
having
It was
us.
fun.
This has been fun.
It's always
I don't
fun.
even need to thank you. You're one of the
Ju-
hosts.
Yeah, so don't fucking thank me, I guess. See how it is?
No, thank you. I love you, Dave.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has been fucking fun. And we'll keep everybody posted on like what Arkose is doing. Dave, I'm excited to see what the
If
chips
we-
and everybody
I'm
end up
excited for
fucking doing
Arkose.
stuff. So,
Maybe we'll do some Arkose chip stuff.
dude, we could totally do that. But
I like that.
I definitely think there'll be some. You're gonna start seeing a lot of new music. I think popping up from a lot of people just on a final note because everybody's had time
I
to sit
really
around and
hope
write.
so.
So it should be pretty cool.
That is something I've been looking for.
You know the market's going to be flooded with like pandemic
Yeah.
EPs.
Mhm.
That's the title of all of them. Like,
They're all
seriously,
pandemic
I
Yeah.
wonder how many people. So there was a few CDs that actually came out during that time. Like August Burns Red dropped something, Trivium dropped something. There was a couple others, and I almost wonder if like some of those bands, like, okay, we just dropped a CD, we're about to drop another one because
Yeah.
we just wrote.
Yeah.
That's all we could do.
Yeah.
We couldn't tour, so I'm
my
excited.
my
to see.
favorite, if I have to leave you with anything, is the music video that Cattle Decapitation did for Bring Back the Plague.
Oh, yeah.
Cattle
It is a
Decap
home
always
film
has
during
some-
quarantine. They all did it with their cell phones, and the song appropriately titled "Bring Back the Plague." If
Yeah.
anybody wants to see
I'll
an
have to
interesting
check that
video, check it out. And one of my favorite bands, Cattle Decapitation.
Oh yeah,
They're great.
Yes.
Forced gender reassignment.
cannot
Oh,
fuck
yes.
with them.
That's a challenge, right? That's a challenge video.
That is
right
a
there.
challenge video. I don't even think you can find
Almost as good as
that. You have to
Cephalic
search
Carnage.
hard
but
on the
still.
internet to find that, I believe.
That's so funny because the other day in my memories it came up like somebody challenged me to watch that and they tagged me in that post and everything and they're like, hey, I challenge anybody to watch this. Dick, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already watched it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I watched it. I fucking watched it. So again, thank you guys for being here. Guys, check out Arkose and all their awesome music. It's up on the interwebs.
Yeah.
It's available for purchase on the interwebs. It's available for streaming. Is it
Shit, just
available?
go fucking listen to it. Go to
Spotify.
Spotify
Listen
and
to
just
that
fucking
shit.
listen
It's
to
great.
it.
It's good shit.
Yeah.
I'm on
It
it.
is.
A little bit.
There's some dick screams.
There's some dick in there.
There's some dick screams.
There's some dick on that album.
In your face.
Thank you,
Dick in
Dave.
your face.
I love you, Dave.
Love you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for listening. And thank you guys for watching. And we will be back in a couple weeks. I've been Dick. You guys have been Arkose. You've been Dave.
Me guys.
Me guys.
And I've had my arm around Kyle this entire podcast.
adorable.
I just want
It is
everyone to
adorable.
know
I don't
that.
think I didn't realize you're.
Oh yeah.
That is all. That is all.
Moves.
Yep.
Please make every day a big dick day.
Do it
Bye, guys.
or else.